Good people, good people, good people. I'll wait for some more of you to join me on my live, man, so I could talk to y'all about what I witnessed yesterday. So while I'm waiting for some of y'all to join me on my live, I'm gonna go ahead and twist up my early morning, flavor. But I really wanted to talk to y'all about it because what I witnessed yesterday, man, was it was crazy. It was crazy, man. It was crazy. And I just know we gotta do better. And it's like, I'm gonna get into it and all, man, because of sharing the stuff that I seen yesterday. And when we got the Unity Day yesterday or whatever, right? I ain't like the process of us having to be, you know, winded down and stuff like that, because I feel like we not in the community. We coming to a community event. You get what I'm saying? This is not prison, before we get checked to go go out to wreck or something like that. You get what I'm saying? And I just feel like, that's crazy that we got to go through that, right? But nonetheless, I didn't like it. But nonetheless, we was kept safe there yesterday. And for the most part, Centerville Unity Day was nice until the end, right? Till it's close to the end. And, I'm going to tell y'all what I witnessed yesterday. I witnessed grown people who may know somebody's kid, right? It ain't their kid, but they know the kid. I witnessed them come with that kid, and because the kids couldn't get in without an adult. But I witnessed a person to come, and because that kid knew that grown ass woman, yeah, she come in with him. Then they let him come in, but she leave, they stay. So she wasn't there watching that kid. She wasn't there looking at what them kids was doing there. She just knew them and helped them get in the park. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of it, of what I seen, for all the kids that was out there, where was y'all parents at? A lot of y'all parents sat home on y'all backsides, didn't come out to the community events, but you sent your kids around there to come get the free food and stuff. But you wasn't there when the chaos broke out. You wasn't there, yo. And that's the problem. Y'all too busy laid up with niggas, or y'all too lazy to come and be a part of the community event, yo, right? And be there with your kids to help protect your own child. And then when chaos come out or things happen, now you want to show up as a parent and you want to fight everybody. But why wasn't you there for your kid? Why you ain't just come with your kid and be a responsible parent? Y'all got y'all kids running around here stealing cards. Y'all doing scams, your kids stealing cards. This is what we see, man. Just like yesterday, we watched the cops chase down a vehicle, your kids hanging out the doors, acting like they ready to do a drive-by. These your kids that's doing this, yo. And y'all know who y'all kids are. That's the bad part about it. You know who they are. You know who they are when you get up every morning. They don't even respect you. You send them off to school. You send them right off to school and put that problem on somebody else, yo. These the ones that's in our neighborhoods. These the ones that's disruptive in our neighborhoods. Your children. Your children. So I don't want to hear that stuff. Y'all keep talking about these kids going to do what they want to do. No, it starts at home, man. They don't do what they want to do. See, it was all fun and games, right? When your child was 2 and 3 years old and they was saying bitch and fuck and suck and this, that, and the third. And you was laughing at that shit. Oh, it's so cute. You feel me? Oh, you laughing and shit. Or you hate the baby dad so much, yo, because he don't want to be with you no more. You teach him to hate the father. So now the kid ain't even getting no type of structure put into him by a man whatsoever. And you think you can do it as a woman. That's why your child is dying on the streets out here, yo. That's why your child in juvenile, yo. That's why your child running around here with book bags and hoodies on because they got all kinds of problems out here in the street, yo. Because they think that they tougher than the streets, man. And y'all got to get y'all kids, man. Y'all just got to get y'all kids. A lot of y'all shouldn't have been parents. A lot of y'all should not have been parents. And it do go back to the home, man. I was raised in a 2-parent home. Yeah, I did shit when I got older, man. But I knew right from wrong, man. And y'all not teaching y'all kids right from wrong, man. Y'all compete with your own daughters. With your own daughters. And as soon as your daughters get a certain age, you kick them the fuck out the house. You hate them. Don't have no relationship with them no more after that. Why? This is the shit that's going on in our neighborhoods, man. Let's talk about it, man, for real. You can't share the same space with your own daughter. Putting her out the house at 15. Wondering why your daughter don't want to be the fuck around you, yo. You understand what I'm saying? I'm telling you what I know going on, yo. It's the truth. And people don't like the truth, man. You don't like the fact that you have failed as a fucking parent, period. Because you was chasing a man instead of getting your kids. You don't want to take accountability that you at work too much. You think you get into a bag while your kid is left alone, yo. So how you raising your kid? You ain't raising your kids. The streets raising your kids. Their grandma raising your kids, or they at home raising their fucking self, yo. And you think as you calling on a video, giving out fucking orders is you raising your kid. Yeah, I know you got to take care of him. You got to work this, that, and the third, yo. But you shouldn't be working to the point where you can't fucking take care of your kid, man. You can put all the material shit you want on their back, yo. At the end of the day, yo, if you're not putting nothing inside of them, they doing it for themselves. And if you ain't did it by the time they turn 9 or 10 with no boy, you got a problem on your hand. You have got to put all the good stuff in your children before it's set. So don't tell me that it don't start at home. It starts at home, man. It starts at home, man. It's no way we should have to come to a community event, got to be winded down, because your bad-ass kid don't know how to act. And you too lazy to get your ass up and be a fucking monitor or be out here like us in the community, yo, and actually partake and being a part of the village with your bad-ass kid. And then soon as something happens to your kid, he get his brains blown out on the streets, yo. He get locked up. Now you want to cry and talk about your kid was this and that. Your kid was a fucking terrorizer, yo. Your kid was out here running around here sticking people up. Your kid running around out here stealing cars. Your kid don't even come home when you tell him to come home, yo. But you're buying them the iPhone 16 Pro Maxes, yo. You're buying them $250 shoes, yo. You're buying them name brand clothes from name brand people who don't even fucking like black people. But to make them look like the way they look, to help them look better than somebody else, you always trying to outdo the next person in our neighborhood. And what the fuck do that amount to? Not a damn thing. You still live in Camden. You still on subsidized housing. You still on Section 8. Or you still motherfucking working a 9 to 5. And you ain't climbed up out of here yet, yo. Real talk. And then y'all fuck with innocent kids. Innocent kids, man. That just come to have a good time, yo. That just come to have a good time. Your kids is coming there bullying. Your kids is coming there starting trouble. And I'm going to start calling a lot of y'all mothers out. Because I seen a lot of y'all kids there and y'all was not the fuck there. I seen one of your daughters and I know you. And I know your daughter was ignorant and disrespectful as fuck yesterday. She got a nasty mouth as a little girl, yo, right? But at the same time, I'm looking at this little girl. Her brow dirty as fuck. This how you letting your daughter come outside. This is, if you was there to see your own daughter's filthy mouth yesterday, yo. Your daughter got a filthy fucking mouth. You can't tell me nothing as a mother, yo. You can't tell me nothing as a mother, but yet I see you. I see you at the club. I see you at the clubs. I see you in the fucking bars. Getting drunk. Don't know where the fuck your kid at, yo. Always dropping your kid off over here. Trying to let your kid get watched over here. Oh, yeah, go ahead. Go stay over there so you can go lay up. So you can go lay up. These kids raising themselves. You ain't raising your fucking kids. Talking about you get to the bag. You give your kids everything they want. Yeah, except time. Except time. And that's why they running these streets like this. That's why you don't have no fucking control, yo. That's why you can't do shit, yo. And that's why nobody gonna want to fucking be with you, yo. Because your kids is a problem, yo. A lot of y'all got problems with your kids. They problems. And you ain't doing nothing about it. You won't let the dad in their life because you hate him so much, yo. And you think you could do it all by yourself. That's why you struggling doing quadruple fucking doubles, yo. While you teaching and breeding that hate in your child. One day your child gonna wake up and gonna realize you the problem. And you better hope your child don't fucking hate you. A lot of y'all women, man, y'all gotta fucking stop. These kids need fathers in their life, yo. I'm telling you that, yo. I'm an old man. 5 boys. 5 of them. And they ain't out here running nobody's motherfucking streets, man. They ain't out here causing no drama. And they didn't do it when they was coming to fuck up. Because I was there. That's what I'm telling you. So y'all can't help that shit to me whatsoever, yo. Whatsoever. Whatsoever. No, y'all are the problem. You, your kids, get the fuck out our city with this shit, yo. We getting tired. We getting tired. We getting real tired, yo. And we can turn up in Camden too. Y'all know what the fuck it is with us, man. Get your kids, man. We tired of telling y'all, man. Get your kids, man. You don't want to raise them, but as soon as they go to the system, you asking for help. Something happened to them on the streets. I'm one of the first ones you call and talk about my kid, this and that. And then you want to give me half-ass stories about it, and then I come and I get the real story. Your child just as much guilty as the other child is, yo. But you left that part out of what your child did. You left that part out. Man, I stand on truth, and I'm going to always stand on truth. That shit that happened yesterday should have never happened. I don't give a fuck what it was for, yo. There wasn't enough parents out there, wasn't enough cops out there, wasn't enough nothing out there, yo. Them cops did the best that they could do. Listen, I ain't like the situation. But when I tell you, yo, when I tell you, them cops reacted quickly and swiftly. They did, yo. They did. I was right there. Right there. I give credit where it's due. But word is born, man. Word is born. We ain't have enough. Them kids, yo, it could have been a massacre out there yesterday, man. And I'm telling y'all that, man. I'm telling y'all because I was there. And that shit was messed up. Y'all should not be letting y'all kids come to these events by themselves. Yo, I'm telling you, yo, if it wasn't for them cops that was out there, it would have been a lot of dead kids out there yesterday. I'm telling y'all that, man. I'm telling y'all that, man. You better thank God. You better thank God what happened yesterday, man. Because you would have been probably getting a phone call that your child was laid out there, man. And get your daughters, man. Ain't no way the language that I heard from your daughter yesterday, you could tell me as a mom that you actively raising your daughter. You can't tell me that, Mom. No. First of all, she was fighting. Her bra was dirty before the fight. And I got a whole problem with that as a little girl. And then her mouth. Her mouth, yo. Her mouth was sort of like my little sister's mouth, yo. And I had to go check my sister yesterday. Because her mouth was out of control, too. And I don't play that shit. I don't play that shit. I don't care who you are. You ain't gonna disrespect your mom, yo. You ain't gonna put your hands on your mom. You ain't gonna do none of that shit, or I'm gonna put my hands on you. You understand me? I don't play that shit. And now some of y'all gotta start doing, man. Stop playing around, man, before we be burying your child next, yo. Before we have to do a GoFundMe for your child next, yo. These streets is not nothing to be played with. And I'm trying to tell you that, yo. And y'all parents, man, y'all don't get involved in nothing, man. You wait until the problem happens at your doorstep. Now you crying for help. It's too late then, man. You know your child is a problem, yo. Get help for your kid. Get help for yourself. Nobody can't even talk to you. You go up to the motherfucking school on behalf of your child, yo. And when you up there, you acting the same way your child acting. Nah, dog. Nah, doggy. Nah, doggy. It don't go like that. And I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired of not being able to go out somewhere and enjoy myself or gotta look over my shoulders, yo. Can't even bring my fucking kid, yo, because I'm in fear of what the fuck can happen. Nah, yo. Nah. I ain't living like this in Camden, man. And we shouldn't have to live like this in Camden. At all. At all. When all you gotta do, man, is get your kid, man. You know who your kid is. Yo, y'all think I'm playing. I saw women calling other women to find out where their fucking kids was at yesterday because they was too lazy to get up there themselves. And that's on God. That's on God. I seen that. I heard it. I listened to it. These mothers ain't even know where their kids was at. They didn't even know where they was at. But they home laid up Posting on a book talking about dinner done, turkey chops, string beans, and mac and cheese. But your child out in the motherfucking street causing drama. Your child out here in the street riding around in a fucking stolen car. Your child out here in the street getting chased by the fucking cops. That's what happened yesterday, man. But you on the book, half-ass naked, yo. You on the fucking book trying to catch a man. But your child running crazy, yo. Your child out here running crazy. And your child is a product of you, mom. You got daughters and you up here posting your fucking cleavage. Y'all up here with these fucking bathing suits and all that. Yeah, we like that shit, but we know what that mean. We all of us men know what that means. You want attention. Because you ain't getting it on no other post that you post up. So, you want to direct the attention, so now you got to put a pose up with a fucking bikini on or some shit like that so we can look at you. Yeah, we going to look and we probably fuck, but we'll never wife you. We keep telling y'all dumbasses that, yo. We keep telling y'all dumbasses that. Y'all just keep doing it. You keep doing it every day down the timeline. Camden girls. We see our fucking Camden girls, all y'all got on motherfucking bathing suits. Y'all want us to see y'all shape and shit. And some of y'all shit don't even look right. Just to be honest. So who the fuck you trying to catch, man? Be a fucking mother. Put your fucking clothes on. Sit the fuck down. Read a book. Learn etiquette. Teach it to your daughters. Because y'all ain't got it. Y'all got no fucking etiquette, man. And your shows in your daughters. Look how they talk. They talk like men. They even dressing like men. They want to be men. You understand? Just like a lot of y'all boys. A lot of y'all women with these boys. They want to be women. You sitting around, you ain't got them around nothing but women, man. They developing all the characteristics of a woman. That's why they turning gay. Y'all don't know shit. Y'all doing this shit. And God gonna have his way with every last one of you, yo. And I promise you that. I promise you that, yo. That's why shit in your life the way it is right now, yo. That's why your life is the way it is right now. And y'all don't understand. Y'all keep playing around with God, man. You don't know what it feels like to lose a kid until you lose a kid, man. Until you lose a kid, man. You ain't gonna understand. You ain't gonna fucking understand, man. Till you lose a kid, man. And you gonna wish you would have did better. Trust me. You gonna wish as a parent you had done better. You're gonna wish. You're gonna wish. Then gonna say he got his wings. He didn't get no fucking wings. No, he went right to the fucking hellfire. That's where he went, if there is one. That's where he went. Talking about he on demon time every day out here, sticking people up, robbing cars, this, that, and the third. Somebody kill him out here now. You talking about y'all putting up fucking obituary with wings. You should have put up obituary with fucking horns. I'm tired of the nut shit, yo. I'm tired. I'm tired, man. I'm tired. Terrorizing our fucking community, terrorizing our children. It's innocent kids that can't even come outside and play, man. Innocent kids, man. Their parents got to keep them in the house because of your kids. They can't even go to the store, can't go to the park, can't go to school because of your kid. Because of you and your kid. It's your fault. It start at home. It start with you. It start with you, mom. It start with you, dad. It start with y'all, man. It's no excuse. If your kids out here the way they are, you are doing wrong. You're not raising your kid right. You not raising your kid right. And you don't want to take accountability and admit it, yo. You need help. You need help. And so do your kid. But we tired of this shit in our community, man. Y'all can't keep talking this CMD shit, this, that, and the third, man, at the end of the day, man. But we ain't going to be strong enough, men enough, stand up in our own community, man. Stand up in our own community, man. And delegate these fucking kids out here, man. We ain't shit either as men, then, yo. None of us. None of us. We ain't shit. Don't talk that village concept shit to me, man, then. None of y'all. I'm really with the shits, and I'm tired, yo. I'm really tired, yo. And this shit shouldn't be going on, man. Should not be going on, man. Should not. Then when y'all got your kid, you don't see your kid on South Jersey News fucking page running wild out there. You don't see your own kid. I know you saw your kid, yo. Know you saw your kid, yo. But you gonna sit there and ask your kid what happened and then go back to drinking your motherfucking cup water like nothing never happened, mom. You less of a motherfucking parent. Same thing for your nut ass. If you a father, yo. You less of a fucking father. Not even go check your own fucking child, dog. Don't even go check and see if he all right, yo. But I bet you if he motherfucking become an all-star, become an all-time great in football, basketball, you'll show up like you've been in his life forever. Man, get the fuck out of here, dog. Get out of my face, man. Fuck out of here, man. Y'all hate the truth, man. I'm tired of y'all this nut shit y'all be on, man. Fake ass being in your kids' life, fake ass this with your kids, fake ass that with your kids. You can put it on for the public all you want, but we know a lot of y'all, man. Fuck you talking about, man? Y'all fake as hell, man. I don't like that shit. Just like I don't like when we have shit. Man, ain't nothing we ever gonna have, man, that we ever gonna turn somebody away or say that somebody can't have or eat. We don't move like that, yo. We don't move like that over here. Everybody eats, man. I don't give a fuck where you come from. If we got it there, everybody eat. Fuck y'all be talking about, man. Fuck y'all be talking about, man. Fuck y'all be talking about, man. And this why I be keeping my distance from motherfuckers, man, because I know at the end of the day, man, every person don't mean you good. And just because people smile in your face and act like they got your back, that don't mean that they do, yo. Some people be along for the ride. Some people be in your face for information. Some people just be around just to be the fuck around, yo. Some people be around, yo, to set you the fuck up, yo. Learn them motherfuckers and cut them off, man. Like you never knew them, man. You don't owe them no explanation. You don't owe them shit. You owe it to yourself. You owe it to your children. You owe it to your family. That's it, yo, and that's all, yo. Anybody else that don't see that, can't understand that, yo, wasn't a friend, wasn't anything to you anyway, yo. They wasn't shit to you anyway, man. And everybody don't always gotta be right. We never too fucking old to learn nothing. So the last time I checked, any of y'all perfect, y'all? None of y'all perfect, yo. None of us. To be talking about nobody else, man. Or be sitting there doing some of the shit I be seeing y'all do, man. I ain't with that shit, yo. And I'ma never be with it, man. I'ma never be with that shit, man. At the end of the day, man, y'all gotta get y'all life together, man. We in 2025, the same shit, man. They cutting programs left and fucking right. And y'all out here with this shit? Some of y'all don't even understand, man. In a year or two, a lot of y'all won't even have the homes you have right now, man. A lot of y'all won't even be able to afford food and all that other shit no more. You all have no fucking clue. Because you're too busy caught up in the reality shows. Too busy caught up trying to keep up with the Joneses, man. You too busy bringing your kids up on bullshit. That's the problem, yo. Stuck on this bullshit. Y'all got this reality TV talking to y'all, man, like y'all fucking celebrities. And you're in the hood. You ain't no fucking celebrity. Fuck you talking about? Get y'all fucking life together, man. And get your children, man. Save these babies out here, man. You still got time. You still got time. But you got to care as a parent, man. You got to give a fuck. And you can't give up. You can't give up. It ain't no they going to do what they want to do. That's where you giving up. That's where you're giving up at. That is where you're giving up at. They going to do what they want to do. You tell these kids, no, that's where you just gave up as a parent. You just gave up right there. You just gave up right there, yo. So you just as bad as your child. You don't give up on your kids, man. I don't give a fuck how bad it was. Listen, I had one of my kids, God rest his soul, man. He had mental health problems. And he was one of my most challenging children, yo. He was one of my most challenging children. And if I never thought that my son got life right, he showed me in the end when he pushed his sister out of the way, man, and he took that fucking truck and he died. He showed me he got everything in life I was trying to teach him. I'm sorry it had to happen that way, but God knew best. So what I'm telling you, until you know what it's like to lose a child, yo, stop playing with your kid's life like that, man. Because you're going to hurt. You're going to ache. I don't wish this pain on nobody. Y'all be thinking because you see me with the jokes and shit, yo, that's my therapy. I ain't got no other therapy. I'm trying to fucking tell you, man. And what I don't chase behind this motherfucking bottle. I keep it in a stack. I ain't never going to lie, be fake about none of this shit that I do. On the book, off the book, I have struggles like the next person. But I give a fuck, man. You understand me? I care. I care about what happened to our children. I care about our city. I care about our people, man. And I'm going to go to my grave like that, man. But I can't take this shit no more, man. I can't take the fact that I seen innocent children out there yesterday who just wanted to come to enjoy themselves, man. Who just wanted to be a part of the festivities, man. And you have all these other children, man, who coming out and being disruptive and destructive, man, with no type of home training whatsoever, man. And it's a shame. It's a shame. It's a shame. I usually don't putting people on my lives, but I'm gonna allow you. If it lets you come up, I'll add you on here. I sent the request back to you, so just click the request and come back on. But yo, I really feel some type of way, and I'm tired. I'm like really tired, and like a part of me be wanting to give up in Camden and just say like, I want to go, but yo, my heart still remain here heavy for our people, man. What's
Hey,
up, Miller?
how are you?
I'm all right. I can't really hear you that good, but go ahead. I'm gonna try
Okay,
my best.
let me see. Could you hear me now? I'm going to
Yeah, I
move
can hear you a
around a
little bit.
little bit.
I don't know if everybody else can, but go ahead.
Um, Jay, I understand it. Like, as far as being out here and trying to see how we can try to make this situation better, and people understanding, like, oh, well, it ain't my child. Listen, if it's still one of our kids, and we have to stop looking at it like, yo, it's not our kid. My
Hmm.
kid, I mean, I did a great job with my kid, but do I still have challenges with her? I do. I have a
Hmm.
child that I know that I paid attention to, and she still say little things that I have to be like, you know what? I still have to go learn. And a lot of people just look at giving up. Man, these children has a lot in front of them. We understand it. But a lot of parents change their lives and tell their kids that, oh, I remember when I went through it. Tell your kids that when you were going through it, you were unhealthy. It's a lot of parents that want to tell their kids what they did back in the day, but they're not understanding that what they're telling their kids is a path their kids want to be a part of. And I feel like a lot of this is going on with a lot of parents. We know who the parents are. We have to stop sitting up here acting like we don't know who the parents are. We know who they were since third, fourth, fifth grade.
Yep.
And it's time for all of us to stand up. And a
Yep.
lot of it, the craziest part about all of this is that a lot of these children, a lot of these parents, putting myself in it, listen, our kids is in the system. We sign our kids up for the system. It's called the government assistant. So it's a correlation with the government system and knowing what families is going to jail. We have to understand that we got to stand up. And a part of us getting government assistance, because I'm only speaking from experience. I'm not speaking from, oh, that's not me. We sign our kids up. And we got to understand that these systems, a part of it, knows exactly the systematic way that we're going. And we got to sit up here at the end of the day, every child that's acting up, if they wanted to, they can go right to the system and find every child and lock them up. And every parent, oh, well, we did good, but let's keep it real. Most of them that sit up here, we already got them in the system. It's almost, oh, I'm not a snitch. We are a snitch because guess what? We already got our kids in the system. We can go to welfare and see all these kids that was acting up yesterday. And I'm just keeping it real.
It
And
was
this is
bad.
something, oh, well, we're better parents. Listen, we got to be truthful to each other. We got to be truthful to each other. And we got to understand these systematic systems that's really messing up our brain, y'all. It's not all about, oh, look at what we have on or making somebody rich. We got to stop making people rich. That is our main problem. Everybody, we sitting up here patronizing everything, Chinese stores and everything. They could treat us like shit and our kids are still going.
Yep.
Parents sitting up there talking about, oh yeah, I want the best for my child. A lot of y'all got to understand it's called being lazy. I sit up there and help people. I'm going to sit up here and say, listen, the only thing that's different is that you don't want to do it. You talk about you want to do it, but reality is when it came to you with the same 24 hours, you ain't really want to do it for your kid.
Yep.
And sitting up here saying you're responsible, listen, the government is helping us. None of us is responsible. I love my child, but if you ask me, oh, well, are you happy? Yeah, I'm happy I had her, but at the end of the day, was it worth having her knowing that I had to have a system that helped me? The system wasn't in the bed with me when I had her.
That's right.
So yeah, that's being irresponsible. I tell my child, yo, I love you to death, but if I could have had you at a different time, hell yeah, I would have had you at a different time because I know better now.
Yep.
And stop thinking that, oh, this and that. Listen, a part of us sitting up.
I think you put yourself on mute. I think you on mute. Unmute yourself. I don't know what happened, but send your request back again. I'll bring you back. But But yeah, send it back, Jamila. I'll let you back on again. I don't know what happened, but it muted. I don't know if it muted you. I tried to unmute you, but it muted you. Just send a request back. I'll put you back on. But you were speaking a lot of true stuff, yo. And the part that's bothering me the most, man, is that like you made a lot of key points, and I realized the system and all of those things that are in place, man, that play a real critical role in a lot of the demise that was happening to us in our own communities. And you spoke on a lot of key things, especially with us wearing the fashion clothes and all that stuff, trying to keep up with the Joneses. And half of these people with these names and stuff like that, they don't even like us as black people, yo. And so it's like, we have to get out of the stereotypical bullshit that we're in right now, man. And our children need to be able to believe and dream again. Maybe the phones was probably the worst thing we could have did and put in their hands, man, because it stopped them from being kids, man. It stopped them from going outside, actually playing and actually being with their peers, learning how to love with one another and do things like what we came up with, man. And a lot of that, man, it falls on us. And so, yeah, I am a true person of the village concept. I'm always going to be that. But I say accountability always going to have to start at home, man. And it just bothers me, man, that what bothers me more than anything is just seeing other children out there who was not with the shits, you know, but they the ones getting bullied. They the ones that's being attacked. They the ones that can't come out and enjoy themselves. You understand? So I understand now why a lot of y'all parents took them out to public schools. I see now. I understand now. I understand because ain't no real authority there like that. Like in the charter schools, what I do see. So, you know what I mean? Like I understand it from a different perspective now. Kids live next door to each other, but they ops to each other. You get what I'm saying? Y'all don't understand what's going on. And a lot of these parents, you know what your kids is involved in. You know the activity that your children are involved in out here, man. I know about all the gangs in Camden. I do. All of them. And I can name them. You know what I'm saying? And I know where they all at. From Kuwait to Baghdad to every one of them. I know. So, like, and I know a lot of your kids. You back? Can you hear me?
Yes, could you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Now, another thing that I want to point on, and this is just, like I said, we all going to keep it, it's about keeping it real and not feeling like, oh, if I'm talking, I'm not pointing a finger. Listen, where I'm from, if you good and your next door neighbor not good, we both not good. Because that means your kid can sit up here and take my kid down the wrong path. Another thing I want to speak on is the most hardest thing that I have to say is giving our kids someone not to brag about. We all go through this stuff. But a lot of us is talking about, I'm going to tell you what's the hardest thing that I had a conversation with someone about. You know what they told me? They was like, listen, why do y'all girls have set babies? Whoa, hold up, wait, set babies? They said, yeah, that's all they can give them. I said, hold up. This was the hardest thing to swallow when someone was asking me about our community. And this was somebody outside our community talking about the blacks. Yeah, we speak. And, sometimes I get that conversation, whereas I'm like, listen, we all deal with racism, long as you don't restrict us. But when he was able to say, set babies, I was like, God damn. And I'm not saying that, listen, the guy that's on the corner, we don't know what situation he's going through. These homes are unhealthy. And right now, I think that is the main thing, is getting the houses back healthy. Fuck about pointing who's who. Understand that you're not healthy and seek the healthiness. And that's it. And I feel as though we got to tell these kids when we were doing stuff, we were unhealthy. Stop making it feel like, oh yeah, you'll get through it. I got through it. Now look what I am now. Why your kid got to go through that? Because you're sitting up there preaching that bullshit to your kid.
Right.
Oh, this kid come from now. Listen, tell your kid that, listen, you had to change. Not tell your kid, oh, well, this is what it is. Tell your kids what it is, because I'm telling you, they're telling you that it's bullshit in their house. That's what they're telling you. And we're seeing it. A lot of these kids are saying, listen, they don't have no one to be proud of. No one to be proud of. And that was the difference between us. We had people to be proud of us. We had someone like, yo, yeah, our mom may be this, but our grandmom this, our grandpa this. Somebody we had to make proud. And these kids don't have nobody to make proud because everyone want to be their friend.
Yup.
And
Instead
that's
of
what we
being
got
parents.
to start making these kids be proud, because when they be proud of something, got to choose different decisions.
Right.
And guess what? We can't point our fingers at nobody else now. We're doing the job ourselves. And that's where I feel like, yeah, it hurt. I came back into the city. I can go anywhere I want to, but now I want them to be able to see somebody from their city go through ups and downs. Okay, times where electric get cut off, water get cut off, but
That's
guess what? I'm sitting up here showing that listen, we all in this together. Not to think someone is better. None of us is okay. We're in the
nope. We all. I
geographic.
keep saying it. I keep saying it. I keep saying it, yo. I
Our
keep saying
population 13.3. The main of under poverty is 13.7. Why they're always showing our poverty people? Why we don't be able to overpower that? Poverty is not all black people. And it's also a mindset. And sit up here and these girls, listen, I'm not sitting up here going like guys got to speak to men. I'm never going to say men should speak to men, but also to the women. Yo, we got to understand that. Listen, if no guy didn't rape us, we opened our legs to that shit. It's time for us to be accountable for what we open our legs to, because a lot of them wouldn't have these dads if we ain't open our legs to them. So that's where I say accountability start at. And then sit up here and talk about, oh, he's a deadbeat. Tell that child when you opened your legs that you was the deadbeat for not thinking about what you were putting in between your legs.
Talk about it, yo. Talk about it.
Dad, but listen, or hate the decision that you fucking made, and that was a kid. You were sitting up, that's a kid. When you were in that bed, you ain't had that kid in the bed with you. We got to stop having these kids have so much adult situations in their mind at 6, 7 years old where they can't even think about school.
Yo.
But a lot of, when you went up here and talk about them dads and shit like that, I'm going to keep it real with you, sister. Go sit up here and tell them that, listen, that's what I open my legs up to, so that child can distinguish the difference. And I bet it'll be a whole different ball game when you sit up here and got to tell a kid that, because guess what? They ain't dumb. They are not dumb. So while you're sitting up here calling a deadbeat, oh, he not this, he not that. Listen, we ain't get married. We ain't make sure that the responsibility was there before we had the kid. So we got to start being responsible for that. And I'm only speaking out of love. I'm not speaking out of, oh, well, this and that. We are the ones. We open our legs. And if nobody didn't rape you or handcuff you, that was your decision. Let's stop playing the games and sitting up here talking about, oh, well, I tried my best. Nah, stop sitting up here letting that 5-minute moment make a fucking dad that you don't even know. And then want to have a kid hating their fucking dad. No, hate at the point to tell your kid, listen, I ain't know him and I had a baby by him. Then your kid could be like, whoa, dad, how can I hate this man when the hell that you didn't even know him first? You didn't know him first. And that is our problem. And that's what keep on happening. Oh, well, this and that. Listen, I'm telling you, the hurtest thing that I heard was a set baby. A fucking set baby. Do you think at the end of the day, let's be real, if you feel as though, oh yeah, I'm this and that, listen what you're calling your vagina. Oh, he a deadbeat. That's mean your vagina's a deadbeat. Let's keep it real all the way. And I'm going to tell you, it hurts. I ain't saying I'm perfect. I'm not saying that I'm anything different. That's why I'm sitting up here saying I'm talking about it.
Yo,
okay? That's it. And that's how I feel.
I did fuck shit. You feel me? Like, yeah. And you know, this father thing didn't come to me overnight, yo. I wasn't the best of a father. I could have done a lot of things differently. I could have done a lot better, but I thank God that I had a support base around my children along with me in their life, yo. Even in my absence, man. But even coming back home was a struggle with getting my boys back online. But I did it. I didn't give up. I still stuck in there. Even to this day, my son's grown except for my 12-year-old. So I'm looking at what it's going to look like for them. What it's going to look like for my grandkids if we keep allowing this cycle to keep going on. This is why men got to start stepping up in our community. Yeah, you're right. Men got to start talking to men because this is the problem. At the end of the day, man, the men condoning this shit. The men picking them up the men taking them and cuffing them at 15, 13, and 15 years old and putting them on the streets.
Yeah.
Taking charges that they know that they don't have to take because they're young. You get what I'm saying, man? This is the dumb shit that we've allowed and we have participated in our shit, man. And it's just time to change it, man. It's just time to change it. We got to change the fucking tune. Because at the end of the day, man, we the ones hurting, man.
Pointing fingers. It's not about pointing fingers. And it's about us showing sister love. It's about these women stop exploiting these little girls and saying that what they're doing is okay because you did it. When you know damn well it was unhealthy. You know it was unhealthy. And that is the main thing with these kids is not understanding that unhealthiness. Yo, we have to tell them and try to start putting order to stuff. We got to put order to stuff. And that is the real truth. So when your kids do something, oh, well, this and that, listen, it was unhealthy. It was unhealthy. Our kids up here fighting and shit like that. Listen here, that's aggressive. You're getting charges. At this point, when I got older, I said, listen, I only want to be around people I can sue. I don't want to be around that fighting and stuff like that, because guess what? When it comes to this real business and stuff like that, it's about the paper. That paper pushing is way stronger than a punch. I'll take a punch before I take some paper pushing. But if we're not showing our kids that that paper pushing is way stronger than fighting someone, guess what? We got to wake up, because that paper is what put them in jail. That paper is sitting up here knowing that, oh, them grades is bad. They sit up here and you don't understand that that punching is 10% of what that paper can do. That paper is the strongest. And that's what we got to start teaching our people, because guess what? That's how you get in jail. A lot of this stuff is 5 minutes of emotions. 10 minutes of emotions, and we got our babies in jail for 10, 15, 20 years.
Yup. Or we never
And
see them again because they was taken away from us, you know what I mean, in some form or fashion that was violently. You get what I'm saying? And the bottom line is we just not being accountable in our community. That's what it comes down to, yo. And it's a harsh reality. It's a hard pill for a lot of us to swallow, yo. But yo, we have to start, because look, man, a lot of us in families, we don't even have grandmoms, grandfathers, or none of the next of kin no more. It's just us. You feel me? So we have to, yo. What are we teaching them? What can we say or leave when because we're gonna die. You're gonna die. So what are we leaving, man? What are we really doing? It's like, even with the stuff on here, like everybody's on social media every single day. And I sit up here and try to teach people how to get money, because I see the jealousy of what's going around, because other people haven't gotten there, or it's not happening for them. But they haven't really taken the time to just really read to understand what it takes to get there. So since I did that, I took the time to read the fine print. It's easier for me to teach and help people get there faster. And it just seems like to me, man, that same type of stuff still exists, even with us online, even with it just being on social media. And now our kids on social media. Our kids is on the TikTok. Our kids is on Snapchat. And a lot of stuff is being done, you know what I'm saying, right underneath of our noses that we don't even see. So if we're not checking our children's phones, we're not checking their history, we're not watching what they're doing, man. We're not being up on them and being accountable with them. We are failing them. And that's just the bottom line.
And how many of our kids got skills? Let's go back to the skill learning. Skills. It doesn't necessarily mean everything when it comes to education. That's just education skills. What skills are we teaching our children? I had to go back and learn. I went back to go learn planting. Why gardening? Because I got to worry about food. Not because of the simple fact that, oh, it just came across. No, I need to understand, if it came to survival, I got to make sure my child is okay. That is not something that no one else can give to you. You got to take responsibility. I learned fishing. Do I really like to fish? Nah. No, I don't. But at the end of the day, if it came to me saying that I love my child, if something happened, I got to know these skills. Where are these skills coming back at where we can make money? Back in our day, our kids, by 7 years old, a lot of us, no matter what the people say, because we still had generation teachers, we knew how to run a household. We knew how to clean, cook. We knew how to do a lot of skills. And now it's no skills. These kids are sitting up here like, oh, well, I don't have to do nothing. Yeah, your mom may have this oh, your mom have this title. Listen, that title, understand that we're in Western civilization. All these titles is to pay a bill. And as we understand that, guess what? When it comes to paying a bill, it doesn't matter whether you're stupid or smart. All they do is want their bill money. And
Trust
that is the, and
me, you
so we
ain't
sit
never
up.
lie. Because even with a business, you still got to pay the bill.
That's all it's about. It ain't about, oh, well, this and that. Oh, I'm jealous of somebody. No, go find skills so you can be proud of yourself. We don't got time to be looking at jealousy. If you go look at what skills you have in yourself and always got to teach yourself, it leaves no room for jealousy. You can't be jealous. The thing you jealous may be about is because you're not teaching yourself no skills. And we can always, that is something that you can always seek. Different language. It's a skill. So sitting up here thinking, oh, the world comes in overnight, or, the beauty starts from outside in. Come on, when we had our grandmas, we understood. Our grandma said beauty started from inside out. That means hygiene. That means knowing how to take care of people. Not this new world that's coming out talking about, oh, it's all about the outside. That outside don't mean nothing. And a lot of our skills that our kids is learning, let's keep it real. It's out of the strip club. It ain't no skill.
Yup.
Okay, these girls, I ain't knocking. Yes, you can get your body done and stuff like that, but back in the day, they were the transsexuals, and this was people that was unhealthy. When you go speak to them, we're not saying, oh well, that world, but when you speak to them, even they can speak like, yo, I wish I could have did a different way. And everyone's looking at like, oh, this is our culture. This ain't my fucking culture.
It's not.
This, and I'm not claiming it, but I'm going to sit up here and say, listen, it's time for us to get on there and understand Western civilization and find out who we are. This ain't our life. We ain't about killing, stealing, and robbing. That's not where we come from. We got skills. America is built very beautiful because where they stole people from. Okay? Let's keep it real. You want to know why slavery stopped? It was that black woman that was in there trying to twist shit. Let's all take it back and not think about, oh, this and that. It ain't all in the book. You got to think. You got a mind. We got to go back to our critical thinking. Our babies need help out here, and they need the love. That's what they need. And guess what? In order for us to identify your kid, you got to come and tell us. It's not about us sitting up here saying this and that. No, you got to start coming with that kid saying, yo, I'm wrong. I'm wrong. So that kid can sit up here and say, you know what? Damn, mom. Now I can really understand where you're coming from. Because that's what it is. Self-accountability is the biggest thing, and we got to do it now. This, and it's in every urban area. It's not just ours. It's
You
in
got some
every
comments
area.
down here. I want to read some of these comments to you if you don't mind. So
Okay.
one person, Yanni, wanted to know what the topic is about. We was talking basically about what happened yesterday at the Centerville Unity Day. It was a beautiful event. Everything was beautiful up until the point where the kids in the end started fighting. And they did their best trying to allow people in there. And again, I'm not a fan of police having to police us for Community Unity Day, but in the end, I understand the significance of why it was important, right? So people were wanded down, and the children were not allowed in unless they were accompanied by an adult, which had to be like a parent or a relative, something like that. But what I noticed that was happening was that people were coming in to Unity Day, and if the kid knew that woman, because that's what it was happening with women, they was getting in. Um, and till it got really packed full with a lot of kids in there. And what happened is those women would leave, but them kids would still stand in that park. So now it's all left on the detail of the police department that's there to keep and ensure, safety and everybody to enjoy themselves. And again, I'm not no fan of no police being in our fucking presence while we trying to enjoy ourselves on no Unity Day. But again, I understand the significance of it now, because what ensued after that was nothing sure and pure but animalistic. I mean, climbing gates like we in. I mean, these kids were literally climbing the gates. They didn't walk out the gates; they climbed the gates. Heathen activity. You get what I'm saying? Another one of the comments was, how many 16-year-olds, 16 and under, um, comes from me, says how many basic curfews, how many have basic curfews, home, like curfews and chores. That's what he's asking. Like, how many of them has basic curfews and home chores? And I remember, yeah, there's a video floating around out here. There's several videos. I come to know that there's some on Instagram. I think I saw something on South Jersey news page. Um, And I don't like to see our people televised like that. But at the same time, it draws these type of conversation with us as a community, and it's important. And so when I have somebody that I know that I keep in touch with, I know somebody that's very educated, like the person that you guys are seeing right here, right on here. You got to let them go. So you know. I'd like you to continue on touching base on what you think women could do uh more as a collective in the community, because I think that's more important. And I apologize for my passion, but I will not apologize for my words, because my words come from a space where I'm trying to speak to us as a people, to our souls. Like, we got to get it right. But I wanted to ask you, like, what do you think the women could do more as a collective? To kind of like start having these types of conversations, because like you said, how can we as men really really get at y'all with these types of things? Because I think when we try to address these things, we get the isms, and we get the, the things like that. We get we get all that. And when we just simply trying to be constructive, or trying to, just kind of like give out what we see. So like, what do you think that the women could do as a collective?
I think the women have to get together and start having skills, getting back to having skills with each other, getting back to start cooking at each other's houses, start having these conversations. Whereas knowing that if you're weak in something and I'm strong in something, let's exchange. That's what's going to stop the jealousy, and understanding that we're both valuable. Everyone is valuable. Right now, with our kids sitting up here, being able to take them chances and willing to take them chances, if we just turn the idea and make sure that they're starting to understanding the importance of pushing paper to be able to identify, that's where our strengths need to come into. We are unstoppable. We are unstoppable. We have to teach our kids about this fighting. Stop with the fighting and let's start fighting with the paper and pen. We have to start fighting with that paper and pen, because a lot of us, it's a shame, but a lot of us, you understand that that's what the system is there for, is to take our greatness. Is to take our greatness. A lot of people that's in jail, listen, not all of them is stupid. It's just emotions. That's where a lot of our smartest people are. And I hate to say it, because we're just in that demographic of systematic system, whereas no, jail is not just for the bad people. It's not saying that no, it's just saying that these emotions and how they get our smartest people that's thriving, that in that system. A lot of our guys get an association with brotherhood in jail. We got to start that at home too. A lot of females feel as though they get their sisterhood. They're going to a man to seek something. Nah, sister, we got to seek each other. We can't keep on having our girls feel like, oh well, we hate each other. We don't hate each other. All I can, oh well, I don't like girls. Listen, you don't like unhealthy girls. We need each other. All of us have a weak part. All of us have a strength part. And if we start exchanging them, we're unstoppable. And that's my main thing with coming out here, is not to point fingers, but listen, how can we change it? How can I sit up here and say, you know what? That little girl going to school right now. Let me see, she may have a baby. Let me see how I can help her. You understand? Stop having, these situations where these men is coming in, whereas it should be sister help. It shouldn't be that man. And we need to build that network for our girls so they can stop feeling like, oh, the first thing they got to run to is a man. We have to be a part of that. And that is something that is a conversation, but that's what I want. I want us girls to know what sisterhood is, because we don't get a chance. We don't get a chance. And by me coming out of community, whereas, yes, I was raised Muslim, so therefore I understand what sisterhood was. It was, oh, girlfriend, if you have something on incorrect, let me show you the way to do it. It wasn't like, oh, we're laughing or joking. So I understand what sisterhood is, but I do understand where I see a lot of girls don't have it. And it is because of that jealousy. Their mom, oh, well, I don't got this, so hate this person.
Can I
But we have to get these girls together.
can I read this comment to you, because it's coming from a female? Michelle
Okay.
says, you can't want it for them. They gotta want it for themselves. You can be the best parent, but if that child decides to be anything other than how he was raised, there's nothing you can do. Nothing.
Okay.
How do you respond to that as a female? How do you respond to that?
Now, it's about sitting up there telling, along with these children, asking them, like, listen, you know, under 18, a lot of children, upset and stuff like that. But after 18, to start asking them what they want for themselves. Another thing is saying that, listen, everybody got to choose which person they want to be. It's about also making your own self proud. And with these children, that's a part of asking them. What you want to do to make your own self proud? Not saying, oh, well, because my mom didn't do this, my mom didn't do that. We only got 18 years. It's starting to ask the kid is what do they want for themselves. I may messed up. I may did something unhealthy. Admitting that you're wrong and asking what do the kid want for itself.
Instead of
So
what you might have thought the kid, what you thought, instead of what you thought was best for the kid. You get what I'm
yes,
saying? Because you're the
yeah,
parent, and I
yeah.
think that's where the self accountability comes in. It's a strong pill to swallow. It's a very strong pill to swallow, and even looking at it, and even trying to answer that question because and she says that you know, if you can be the best parent, if they want to, if they're gonna do what they want to do, they're gonna do what they want to do. I don't agree with that, and the reason why I don't tell you why, because I had a child that thought he was going to do what he wanted to do. He had male influence there, and that constant male influence, that constant I'm not going to give up, that constant no you're not going to do this, no we're going to try it this way, and figuring out what was really going on was the most important thing for me, and ultimately, man, in my denial, it cost me vigorously, man, because once I learned of his kryptonite and his mental health, right, his kryptonite was the ambulance. So once I learned of that, it was no sense of calling them.
And then along with that, what I would say is having that village around. So when that kid do something wrong, it's not you just going to have that conversation with that kid. Make that kid understand that it's 15 of us that's going to go talk to that kid. So now that kid have to think, damn, when I make this decision, I got all these people that's going to come talk to me about it. It start to make them think. And
Sheila
that's a
said,
part of us being a village of sitting up here saying that, dag, now it's not, oh, well, I'm your mom and that's all that matters. Nah, it's one having healthy people around your kid so they could respect adults. It's not about, oh, well, that adult don't like me. Okay, we got to have responsible adults so kids can respect adults around. Not just talking about the adults that's you don't got to listen to this person. Oh, that ain't your mom and dad. Because when we go to work every day, they're not our mom and dad either. But are we listening to our boss? You understand? Are we doing what we have to do to make sure? So having these kids feeling like, oh, well, it's just my parents. Nah, it's time for us to have healthy people around. So the kid can understand the respect for adults. So I can understand some of these kids not having respect because the adults is not respecting themselves. But that's when it's time for us to do our job to make sure that it's respectful people around so they could respect them. So they could have someone that they be like, you know what? The way this person loved me, I got to be more mindful. It's not just you. And that's the beautiful thing of understanding sisterhood because listen, it's you never when your kid grow up, it's not necessarily he wants to be a lawyer, doctor, it's other things. And by having them influence of people that's responsible around your kid, that's is something that we have to do. So my thing is one, have your kid understand that it's a village for you guys and going to seek that village. Adults, we need it. We need that village too. So when stuff is going wrong, reach out. We got these groups. A lot of people have group chats. Let's talk about when you had that problem with that child and see how we can all come to that child. And also, along with that, when that child is doing good, we celebrate when that child is doing good,
not
not
just
just
when
when
they
they're
doing
doing
bad.
bad.
Right.
You
So I
understand? We
think
want
that
to do
links
it
in
both
right what
ways.
Sheila's saying. That links right to what Sheila's saying. She said the women aren't showcasing this. She said the older women are the main ones promoting the hate. Um, I think I saw another comment here, and that's an interesting thing right there. Ladine says, I feel like we being a little too passive about the topic. Well, I'm always willing to hear from a male's point of view. But I felt like it was important to allow a female because like sometimes as men we could be harsh. You feel what I'm saying? And I know my passion sometimes is like harsh, but you're right, bro. These conversations need to be had whether we whether we whether they're going to be harsh or not. They have to be had. I think this is how we deal with ourselves and self accountability because our parents would have been those of us who were raised the way that we raised. We knew our parents would have been the same way in their response to us. I think we breaking cycles though by at least starting to have these conversations that's like causing us to have a that tough pill swallow. And I welcome you to come on and I welcome you to come on and if you want to, man, and give some context because it's important for us to hear it. You know, it's good when we have folks that actually can engage in the conversation and lend more context to it, or help others receive it in another manner. Because some people might not get it in a way. Just like I could appreciate what you did, Jamila, and kind of like laying it out in a respectful way that the women could kind of like start to understand that we have to develop that village concept with one another again, because we watched it happen with our parents when we were coming up. You know that if you wasn't in the house by the time them street lights got on, you might have got it from Miss Mildred, you might have got it from Miss Pam, you could have got it from any one of them houses before you got to your house, and then you're gonna get it from your house too. So I think, you know, really laying that out was important, man. So yeah, I
Been
appreciate
talking
that.
about and having our guys understand, because a lot of our females been touched. A lot of our females, I feel like the aggression come from, we never been protected. We never. I feel as though like I come from a nice sized family, and I say the most beautiful thing that I can say is that I've been around men that didn't want to have sex with me, and they my cousins.
Hmm.
They were my boy cousins, and I think every female has to know what it feels like to have that guard. No, it may not be your dad, it may not, but that's where we have to understand that a lot of us, I don't care what title you have, a lot of that hurt is a lot of these boys. Sometimes y'all gonna have to tell yourself, listen, back up off of her. She may have been raped. She don't know what she's doing for real. You thinking, oh, she's being fast and stuff like that, but that baby girl is hurting.
Do
So it's
do
for both of us to nourish each other.
I mean, do you think it's important for those stories to start to be kind of like told, so it could be, so a process of healing can begin to happen? And then do you honestly think that how do you see that structure bears as though that this has happened, this is compacted in a lot of women for a course of years of their life? Some of them are carried obviously over into adulthood, that has also led into further trauma for them and relationships ultimately. So like, because again, as men, we don't this is happening from a man, obviously, right? So it's like I don't think we have a space for that. But I want to ask before I bring up Ladine, man. I want to hear from a man too, but I want to ask you this: um, what type of structure or what type of space do you think should happen for these stories to be told? And then at the point where it comes to a point where they share openly, I think that's doable. But I mean, I don't want to speak for you, but what do you think?
That is where I say the sisterhood is really, really important. Because when it occurs, we got to start bringing them little girls into them circles and expressing what happened to us. And then, along with expressing what happened to us, show us ways that we're trying to apply healthy behaviors to get back healthy. Because some things in life is going to happen. It's just going to happen. You understand? But knowing how to put it in perspective, that is the main thing, and not taking it out on yourself. We got to learn them skills of like stuff happens in life, and
Hmm.
not woe is me. It's saying that, listen, this is what's going to make me, and this is how I overcame it, and not by more hurting myself. And a lot of us feel like, oh well, we're not going to say anything. It's only coming out in our kids, and that's where I want us to start like having that sisterhood with each other and start having that. And when your child goes through it, come on, sister, we all need to talk about this. Let's start having monthly meetings where women just get together and love each other. Because I'm going to tell you, I don't care wherever I've been around the world, when it's healthy black people, we having a good ass time. Nobody can have a good time like us. But our kids is not experiencing it. But I say get together. Let's get together, sisters. You
All right.
understand? I'm one that's here. It's not about, oh, one is better, or looking at what I have, or looking at my shape and saying that's what it is. Because guess what? None of that stuff matters. When it comes to the bills, guess what? None of that shit can pay bills.
Yo, I like it. I was able to bring on Ladine on here. Ladine, can you hear me? Welcome, bro, man. Good to have you on here, man. I want to hear from a male. That was good. If you can hear me, man, just give us a shout, man.
Yeah, I can hear you. Can hear me, bro?
Yes, sir, man. Yes, sir. Let's go. Get right
Good
into
morning.
it, man. I'd
Good
love to
morning
hear
to you.
from you. You can
Give,
stay on. Jamila, you can stay on because they're allowing us to have more than one on. This is beautiful.
Good morning, Jamila.
Good morning, Dean.
Nah, bro, I just was like, I caught the tail end of the conversation. Like, I really don't know, like, the just other conversation. Like, I heard something happen out Unity yesterday. I don't know all the particulars behind it
Right.
and all that, but, you know, as far as what was like some girls like fighting or
Girls fighting, and then it led to boys fighting. Just real chaotic and animalistic. But one of the things that was really concerning was the fact that there was no real parents that was coming with these children there. A lot
right,
of these children were coming in with people that they knew, maybe friends, or friends that knew their mothers,
right,
and were just coming in there. But except the mothers were leaving and the kids were staying, and it
right,
just led to chaos yesterday, and we just was talking about what we can do better, like tonight, because we're tired of having community events where we have that where it's fighting and all this other stuff like that, because that just says that we're doing something wrong in our community, bro.
right,
And then it just got even deeper, just started talking about real issues that we facing as a people, period, as our community. Jamila started really going in and cooking on harsh conversations for the women, and it's
right,
just where we at right now, bro. So I appreciate you on here, man. I feel like you could definitely lend context to some of it, or offer up some ideas that we could do for us as men, because I feel like a lot of us men are absent in the homes, right? And then a
right,
lot of us men are active in the home. But these children that remain out here in the streets, they have nobody. And I'm
right,
trying to figure out, like, man, what could we do? Because we also have situations where there are children who are actually trying to come outside and play, who aren't part of anything, and they can't
right,
do that.
right. Now that's crazy because me and my cousin were just speaking about this earlier. I just was on the phone with him for about 2 hours. Just that's what we do. We build, we bust it out. We strategize, and this was one of the topics. But bro, I feel like we need to have uncomfortable conversations, right? See, people just think generational curses is financial. That's not it. The most generational curses are the uncomfortable conversations that we're scared to have, that keep the things that traumatically prevent us from growing and preventing us from, still having them same things that we've been through. We avoid those conversations as families. It starts there first, right? It starts right there. So if it is the little girl that got touched and molested, the black culture, we try to sweep it under the rug, right? Because mom was getting molested, grandma might be, look at the generation that's kept going because nobody never spoke upon it. Everybody just think time heals all wounds, and that's not always in every case. Some wounds just don't get healed at the end of the day. And I feel like as far as, this generation and the parenting, too many people want to be their kids' friends, right? Because we always say we want to give our children what we didn't have at the end of the day, right? So some of us, we got our ass whooped back in the day. That's what made us who we are today, right? We went away from those traditions of raising the kids. Like, what I'm saying? Now, we want to give our kids everything, but they don't even deserve it. We want to reward these kids for everything we didn't have, and they not even putting in the work. They don't even fucking deserve it at the end of the day, right? And that's as parents, speaking as a man, right? Even if you're not in the house, we got to be able to co-parent the right way, meaning we ain't got to co-parent and still have sex with each other, right? That's where the problems come in at. And that's what people don't understand.
Oh,
That's
let's
why
get
these
ready to
men,
cook up in
that's
here.
that's why these men and these women, they aren't really co-parenting, and these kids can get away with it because what? When a kid, these kids are intelligent, they smart. When the kid know the mom and the dad ain't on the same page, that's when they play on that parent. They play on that parent, they ain't give them what they want at that time. So that's when I don't want to fuck with dad because dad gonna lay my shit flat. So I know my mom don't like my dad. My mom talks shit about my dad. So it's like I know she not gonna go with what my dad is telling me. So I'm gonna play on that and vice versa. Right? If I'm a man and I'm kicking my son mom back in every time I'm around him, he know my dad, they don't like each other. That's where the confusion coming right there. Is no structure. There's no balance. Right? We letting these kids that's 16, 17 dictate what they want to do. Right? I have a 16-year-old son. There's no dictation over there, right? Me and his mom work as a unit. My son know he cannot penetrate between me and his mother. He knows that. Because why? He never seen it. He never seen me disrespect his mom. He never seen me argue with his mom. He never seen me and her go back and forth. Anything dealing with him, we work together. And she let me be a man. She let me be the father. She let me guide because she trusts me. She trusts me that I'm going to guide my son the right way. My son knows damn well that he can't be in the house disrespecting his mom because he know his mom would dial my number ASAP and I'm over there ASAP. There's no, oh, this is that. You know you better not never disrespect your mother. Whatever she say, go. Whatever I say, go. So at the end of the day, we got to come together as a unit, bro, as one. Right? That's where it started at right there between the mom and the dad. They got to stop all the bullshit. They got to stop still messing around. When it's over, right? That's when the co-parent don't work because we still having intimate feelings for each other. Now you worrying about what I'm doing outside of you, who I'm messing with. I'm worrying about who you messing with outside of me, and we not even together. We're not even focused on the fucking child. The main purpose is the child. The main purpose is the success of the child. That's the main fucking purpose.
Powerful, man.
Nothing else matter when it comes to me and my kids. I don't give a fuck. Long as my kids' mothers, they mess with somebody that's not disrespectful to them, that's not abusing them in front of my kids, physically or verbally, right? As long as they got somebody that's good around my kids, another person that's my kids can learn from, I'm cool because I'm content as dad. I made that mark already, right? That love ain't gonna never change with me and my kids. I made that mark, and I'm gonna continue to make that mark as a father. My kids are my number one priority. See, we always say sacrifice, right? And sacrifice can be used in various ways when it comes to what you really believe in, right? I sacrifice for my kids. Something that I want to do, I can't do because of my children. If you want them to grow up and be successful and really want them to have fuck materialistic shit, that shit come and go. We talking about the morals, the character, right? Integrity and character, that's what's going to, that shit entry in your exit point. That's what take you a long way, is your integrity and your fucking character.
That's right.
At the end of the day, when women say, no, you cannot teach a boy how to be a man, you fucking can't. You don't know how the man thinks. Only a man can teach a boy how to be a fucking man, right? You making guide him, and you making, give him some good advice, but a boy can't be a man unless he see what a fucking real man is. And half of these, they ain't seeing what a real man is.
That's right,
at the
bro.
end of the day. They're
That's
not
right,
seeing
bro.
it. So that's where the dysfunction is coming at in the fucking community, right? And then you got, the people in the community, the political parties, everybody want to pick a side. Everybody got their own conglomerates. Because everybody only want to see their own self win. I'm going to speak the truth. I don't got a fucking side, right? I'm going to eat listen, I'm a man. So I'm never going to, another man's never going to dictate how I feed my motherfucking self at the end of the day. So I'm never going to pick a side. I'm never going to pick a fucking side, right? That's where we going wrong at. Because everybody just worried about their self at the end of the day. Everybody want to come on here and say, oh, this bullshit. Oh, I'm for this, I'm for that. You only for your family and feeding your fucking family, seeing your family get ahead. Right? You may want me in the same community, but you don't want me on the same block as you. Meaning you don't want me having what you want, what you got.
That's right, bro. You talking some hot shit right now.
Yeah.
We still got
So
that
while I'm
slave
over here on
mentality.
G-Hole page, man, you hear me?
We got that slave mentality, and people don't know the origin of where it comes from. Like, once we really realize the origin of why we are the way we are, then we can get better.
Yeah,
then we can get better. Then we can get better once we understand the way that we are. And we don't understand that, We don't understand that shit. So at the end, that's why these kids are unruly. They don't respect nothing. Come on, bro. I coached in the city for 16 years, bro. I done gave kids my last. I done had kids come to my house and get fed when I'm telling my significant other, if I'm here or not, he come knock on his door, you feed him. And still had his mom come to the field and disrespect me and tell me you can't talk to my son like that. But I'm the one dropping your son off every night, making sure he get home safe. And when we go away to games, I'm feeding him, coming out, taking money out of my kid's mouth to put in your son motherfucking stomach, right? It's like the parents, man.
Yo, bro.
You can't, my bad, bro. You can't tell these kids nothing now because their parents, they act a fucking fool, right? You got the new generation grandmoms, they want to be a baddie. Excuse my language. They want to be a bad bitch, right? They competing with their fucking daughters. They in competition. Like, bro,
Let him cook.
Bro, this shit is at an all-time high. So it's no motherfucking sense of direction with this shit. Everybody want to be a bad bitch. The women are competing with the fucking women. Like
Go on and
Jihad
cook,
said,
bro. Bro,
y'all need
go
to
on and
get,
cook, bro. Go on
y'all
and
need to
cook.
get, bro, y'all need to get back to the traditions, all the real traditions of the
Woo.
way the family is supposed to work, how the man is supposed to work, how the woman is supposed to work. They made us hate each other. The black woman,
Yeah,
they got us right where they want us at, right? They attacked,
yeah.
they infiltrated our man, right? All right, that couldn't really work. They said, you know what? I'm gonna infiltrate the most powerful force in the black is the woman.
It's the woman.
The woman is the most powerful force in the black fucking community. Once
Yes.
I got older, women are stronger than men for real, for real. If you want to,
Yes.
like, let's get real with it, like, right? So they knew we gotta penetrate them, right? We gotta make them, the man and the woman, hate each other. Every podcast I see is always the black woman and the black man going against each other. I never see Chinese. I never see white. I never see Asian. I never see Arab. None of them other nationalities I ever see fucking going at each other, the man and the woman, because everybody know their place.
Yeah.
It's only us because it's designed that way, and we don't see that. They want us like this, right? Because what? Now look at it. They don't like us, right? Most of the women, I don't need a man. I don't need a nigga. These niggas ain't shit. He ain't shit. The son or the daughter, he hearing this. Oh, my dad ain't shit. They getting programmed to think that fucking way at the end of the day. So now I don't need no fucking
Yeah.
man. I
He
don't need the man
cooking,
in the
yo.
house. The
Yeah.
man is fucking useless. The man ain't got shit. The man is this. They making the man look weak and fucking vulnerable.
Damn.
And
When
all
the
that
man,
goes to, yes.
when the man is really the fucking pillar in the community.
Well, now.
So at
And
the
that's
end of
what
the
we
day,
okay.
until we see that shit right there, G, that's why I said we being passive about this shit. And like, I'm tired of the
No,
passive
bro,
shit.
cook. Go on and cook, bro.
I'm tired of like when I talk to my son and I talk to my kids, like I can't be passive with you because this shit is harsh out here. I'm gonna give you a story. My son, he had a party one night, right? And his mom didn't. She didn't call me first to let me know where the party's at because certain parties you just ain't going to. We ain't partying every motherfucking party at the end of
Right.
the day. So his mom called me. She like, Dean, it's getting late. I want you to monitor the pop. I'm like, well, where he at? He had a party. We're at a party. Soon as she told me, no, I'm gonna go. Yo, where you at? I'm coming to get you ASAP. It's over. I don't approve of where you're at. My son.
What happened? I can't hear him.
That's the devil.
Yo, that boy cooking. I can't hear
You
him.
understand me?
Yo, bro, unmute
Get
yourself,
him back
bro.
on this phone.
Bro, unmute yourself, bro. That boy cooking, yo. That boy cooking. That boy in here cooking, man. Yo, hold on. I'm gonna add him right. Hold on. I'm gonna
Oh,
add
we
him right back. I
holding.
don't know what's going
Oh,
on.
we holding.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
we gonna bring you right back. Hold on.
Yes. And that conversation of that healthy and unhealthy, all of it's playing a part.
See,
That
he made it critical.
unhealthiness.
He said something very
Yes.
critical. You know what he said? He said everybody is put the platforms, the podcasts that he watching, right? He said that they always putting the woman and the man against each other, but none of them is having these conversations like we having right here, yo.
No.
That
No.
part.
Yeah. We try to make solutions to the problems, not
Man,
just
I'm bringing
talking
him
about the
right back.
problem.
Welcome, Sheila, yo. Like, yo, this is
Hey,
this is a
yo.
hot top. Yo,
Hey,
this is
Bishop,
hot.
I love you for this. When
It
I
gotta
tell you
happen,
I
man.
woke up this morning
Gotta happen.
and this was on my mind, on my heart, on my spirit.
And there's so many of us that they keep far apart with each other. And it's time
Yes,
for us to come together.
bro,
It's
come
time for
back,
all of us
bro.
to come together.
Come back, bro. Come back. I sent them
And,
the request.
They don't want
and,
us to build
and
like this.
Yeah,
no, they
yo,
don't.
he was in here
Once we
cooking.
turn our kids around, they already know it's going to be a force. It's
They
He was
going to
in
was
be a
here
attacking our
cooking,
force.
yo.
kids
Yes.
before now, the last generation. That's why the kids that grew up to have kids, that's why we're in this situation now. We're going to wait for that brother to come back. And I think both of y'all so much. This
It
is
gotta
spiritual
happen.
warfare. We're in spiritual warfare. They don't want us to build like this, but we're going to do it. We're going to do it. Y'all
Yes.
keep talking. We're going to hold.
We are. We
We
are.
got to.
And we
Cause
sitting
if
up
we
here.
don't,
That's why I bring it in. Because us
we don't.
sisters, we all got to play a part of understanding it too. But our brothers need to talk to each other. Our sisters need to talk to each other. Because guess what? We in this
Yo,
together. and stop hating on each other. Stop saying these things
Why
because,
is
like I
not
said,
adding them
let's
back,
be
yo?
responsible. They
Why
don't
is
want
not
us to have
adding them
these
back?
conversations.
That be the government all day, every day,
Yo,
Yes,
every
man,
time.
yes,
every time.
But
yes,
let us be
yeah,
talking
Every
ignorant
time,
shit.
man. Every time.
Let us
Yo, he
talk
be
yeah,
in here
ignorant
cooking,
shit. You
man.
could rock, you could cook, but as soon as
all
we start
day.
talking and building like this,
Yeah.
it's always an interruption.
Yo, he
Yeah.
was in here cooking. You hear me, yo? But he said a lot of
Everyone
key
with
things
passion
that,
that understands that we're trying to give back to our community. We understand it. We ain't
yeah,
pointing fingers. We just want to love. We
and
just want to love.
we want accountability, and
He
we
put, I'm
want
here,
what?
bro. Try it
Oh,
again.
hold on. Let me
That's
try to send
probably
him.
where
Let me
he's
try to send
located.
him again, man. Let me try to send him again, yo. We just want we these conversations gotta happen. Yo, you might see tears, you might see all that shit, yo. But at the end
Yeah.
of the day, it gotta happen. It gotta happen. We
I
gotta
love
have these
y'all for this.
conversations.
Thank you so much. If you listening to this live, because I shared it on mine, because I see a few people I know, please share it.
So yeah, I'm
Please
here,
share it.
bro.
This
I'm
is the
here.
type of information we need to get out to us, because
Oh,
we
bro, I'm
can't
getting my
quit.
eyes together, bro. This shit, you know what I mean? Like, go ahead though.
Oh
You know what I mean?
man,
Y'all keep
like
on going, man.
man, these are just topics, man, that I'm passionate about, bro. Because like at the end of the day, man, like enough is enough, man. We losing, we not winning,
We
man. We
losing.
Yeah,
losing,
we
bro.
We
losing, bro.
losing.
We losing. You know
And
they
this unhealthiness got to stop. We got
bro,
to
they go in
start putting
think
where it's
tanks, bro.
unhealthy at.
See, we don't understand. They plot,
Yep.
they plan. They
And
go in these think
yes.
tanks, bro. They plan us 100 years ahead, bro. We
Yup,
behind.
yup,
We
Yep.
left behind, and people gotta understand, man, the severity of this shit. You got to
yup,
go with the
Yeah.
universal shift. The
yup.
universe works in shifts,
Yeah.
right? We're going to go into another shift, right? All this
And then,
ignorance and all this shit, it's going to shift.
but then a lot of it too, a lot of it that we have to say is these siblings raising siblings, and their mom
Exactly.
didn't even teach the first sibling correctly.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
now a lot of it where these kids is looking at their siblings as the mother and they kids. So of course they're not
Yep.
teaching their siblings
Because
everything correctly because they're kids themselves.
Right.
they
And then it's
put
like these
people,
kids is relying on their siblings to be a mom and dad, and that's wrong.
Right.
And
sis,
that's where we got
sis,
to start talking about that
Right.
unhealthiness. And
sis,
that's
you were
why I
saying,
said, how can we do
that,
it?
keep building on that, sis. You were saying about even in the community, like we need to be helping each other, watching each other's kids and stuff.
Yeah, it's time because that sibling that's watching your kids while you go to school, listen, let's take it from a kid being a kid.
Right.
We got to start helping out. You understand? Start getting in there and start
Exactly.
finding them healthy people. That is our responsibility. So therefore, you don't have to say, "Oh, you don't got to listen to that adult. You don't got to listen to that adult." And that's where a lot of it. Oh, well, I'm your mom. Don't tell what's going on in my household.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to school. You already told what's in your household.
Right.
So it's
Right.
time for us to come together as sisters and stop sitting up here looking from the outside in. And
Yep.
like you said, that baddie world, we making everybody rich. So how
Yep.
bad are you?
Yep.
Everybody's not perfect. If
And
you sit up
why
here
we
and want a
can't turn
perfect
that
world, that's a
around?
lie.
Why we can't turn that around and turn that into a positive in our community and do something, man, do something that generates revenue for all of us, yo. So
Exactly.
we
All of
don't have
us.
to hate. Our kids don't have to be fighting. All of us got uniquely true talents inside of us. We just not using them, and it's hurting us in
Yeah.
our community. It's hurting our children, hurting everything about us. It's people got people across the world looking at us, even people that from other countries that got the same damn color as us hate us, man. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
why are we so hated this way? Why are we so cursed this way, yo? What's the issue?
Right.
But
And fighting, showing this fighting stuff, this fighting is out of ridiculous. Like it's no love. Like we don't love each other. Like we animals. That's all we can do is fight each
Yo,
other. All we can do is sit up here and get a charge and go to jail. That's what we're showing. It's not showing our kids is bad. All this stuff right here is for people to make their own money. And if they're willing about exploiting you, that's what it's about. And right now, the world is exploiting a healthiness.
yep.
Every child that's out there fighting, majority of them, we knew that they had a hard life as kids. It wasn't beautiful. It wasn't beautiful, but that's the main thing that shows the first sign that we unhealthy.
but why
And
Right.
we
we so
got to
cursed
get
as
back
a
to it.
people, man? That's the real question.
And
You
then though,
know,
but too though, bro, I feel like even us as men, like we got to get it together too.
yeah,
Because
we
at the
do,
end of the day, there's a
we
lot of weak
do.
niggas out here, right? There's a lot
Yup,
of weak niggas out here that's not stepping up to the plate for their children. You know what I'm saying? And
yup,
the mom is doing the best that she can do, right at the end of the day. And this nigga got the nerve to be with somebody else and try to raise somebody else's kids. You know what I'm
yup,
saying? Like, you know what I
yup.
mean? Like, so, like, fellas, like, we got to step up too, man, and really got to be men, man. It ain't all about, you ain't got to have the most money because kids don't remember that. They remember the lessons and the time
The
that you spent
time.
with them, right? You know what I'm saying? My dad always told me something, bro. And it really ain't never registered when I back then. He always used to say it to every time he beat my ear in for fucking hours and hours. He used to say, always be the one to tell the story. Never be the one that the story's being told about. I never really meant what he said back then, but once I got older, it registered. I'm the one that's still telling the stories, right? About everybody else. The story ain't being told about me. So at the end of the day, man, like as men, bro, you got to step out on you too. You can't follow what's going on. Like I'm my own man. I don't follow trends. I don't follow what's going on. I follow what's best for me and mine at the end of the day. Because what's good for me may not be good for you, but we can come together collectively and see how we both can benefit off of each other, right? At the end of the day.
And we gotta learn how to do that and stop being selfish or thinking that we gotta stand out in front of everybody. It don't always have to be like that. It's like we gotta create lanes for our young men. You know what I'm saying? And they gotta start with us being able to be in front of each other. We got ops here. We got ops here. Our young kids is riding around with damn hoodies on at 96 and 102 degrees outside, yo.
Exactly.
In the park, bro. I seen it yesterday, bro.
Exactly.
And that shit hurt me, man, because it's like at the end of the day, yo, it's like why are we so accursed as a people, man? Like we don't watch the slavery shit. We watched all of that shit happen with our people. And it's like, when do we get a turn?
Because we get a turn when we come together as one, bro. Strength is in numbers at the end of the day. That's when we get a turn. We the biggest consumers. We make the economy go around. So if every black person in this world said, I ain't gonna spend a fucking dime today, we affect the economy. We're the biggest consumers.
We can affect everywhere.
We can affect everything. That's why they keep us divided. That's why they keep it divided, though, because they know that.
They don't want these types of conversations.
They don't want us to come together.
They don't want us to have these type of conversations.
And what we have
why
to
keep
understand,
turning them off? All right,
yes. And when they're in our community, nobody looks like them.
All right, what?
Take your mute on.
Yourself.
You're mute.
Yeah, you muted yourself.
Everybody, Jay, try to touch your ear so he can understand that it's his
muted.
Touch your ear. Keep turning around.
Touch your screen if you can hear us, and then touch that little mute button right there to the right. Damn, yo.
They doing that shit on purpose.
They don't be wanting us to have these type of conversations for a reason.
No,
yo,
they don't.
Because they know this shit is going to cause an eruption. They know this is going to cause us to start thinking. We're going to start connecting, yo. And
that's their whole power by keeping us separated.
Yeah,
to keep
you just
these
muted.
Kinds of conversations.
Man, I just bring you right back.
Yo, that brother was cooking. I swear to God, why y'all let him train? I'm about to come the fuck down there.
Yeah, he down. He down. He on this motherfucker. He on this motherfucker cooking. Hold on, I'm just bring you right back.
You know what's so funny? I asked God today. I said, "Where is my tribe at?" I said, "I'm talking to these people."
Yeah, man.
We right here. Some good people here, but they so quiet.
Here.
They silent. You understand?
They want to keep us quiet.
And they quiet.
Yes.
You understand? And we gotta be loud.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can hear me, bro?
Yeah, we can hear you, bro.
Right, I gotta keep doing that. Keep cooking.
Well, I don't know, yo, because when you cook, when you
gotta keep
cooking,
going back on and on.
You know what I mean?
Now I don't want listen, bro, because I can keep going on and on about this shit.
Bro, talk,
because
bro.
this shit right here
talk.
got me fed up for real. And another thing, like with these females, what y'all gotta stop doing, right? Y'all gotta stop blaming these niggas because you know what type of nigga this nigga was when you laid down with him, right? If you knew he ain't take care of his first 5 kids before you mess with him, what makes you think he gonna take care of yours?
You're right.
Right?
You're right. That's why I came on here to let you know.
Nigga, if you knew his other 2 baby moms be kicking his back on Facebook, right? But you hearing, the nigga private part might be big. You think he one of the niggas that run in one of the good circles. So you want to mess with the nigga, right? But you know this nigga don't take care of his kid, but you still lay down with him and make a baby with him. What makes you think you that special that he gonna take care of yours?
Hey, big bro, niggas is actors. Niggas
like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, so you only get fault yourself with that at the end of the day.
Yo, check out this comment down here. Marlon says, the one who has the power to feed you also has the power to starve you. And blacks are dependent upon the other ones to feed them. Man, you better go ahead and talk your shit down there, Marlon.
Talk that talk.
You better talk your shit down there, yo.
Yeah,
you better talk your shit.
And I will
Yo.
also add to that. Listen, I'm in business, and it's a shame that I would say that I'm patronized by the other. You know how many people say, "Oh, I'm not going to do business with you," and then I get to also deal with people that sit up here and say, "Guess what? I know they're not going to do business with you, and I'm going to take an extra bit of money because I know they're not doing business with their own." So
Yep.
everybody is making money off of our mindset.
Yep.
We
Yep.
have to come stronger. And I'm going
Yep.
to say, for me, having experienced women like with these children, like, yes, we're mom. Kids get to a point where they understand mom. Mom could be a little pushover. She's going to let it go. But when it comes to the dad saying no, a dad's going to say no.
And
And
mean it.
guess what? That no means it. And I
Firm.
feel like a lot of women, when you try to put the kids on sides, if you got a kid and it's going to say, oh, I don't like mommy, I don't like daddy, you failed that child.
Yep.
That child should not be in them situations, in them conversations.
Yep.
Now, what I experienced is that I had my child
I'm gonna
go
pin
live
that
with her dad
comment.
for a little while. People were like, oh, why you do that? Because guess what? When it came to a certain age and I got her back, I said, listen, she come ask me, Mom, can I have this? I said, go ask your dad. Nope. I know he's gonna say no. We don't know how powerful that man is in this child's life. But
Yep.
along with it is having that right man and stop opening your legs to the wrong ones. Because I'm going to tell you, that man presence helped me a
Yep.
whole lot to having a child that understands.
Yo, Marlon,
And that's
Marlon,
what I have to say. We need
Marlon
each
down in
other.
them comments cooking, man. Marlon
Mm.
says, he says, I think a lot of women want to be able to say they have a child with the most popular guy in the hood. I tried to add you, y'all. Send a request if it do it, I'll add you up here, yo.
That's true. I done seen girls online saying they love laying with a killer. Like, how do you love laying with a killer? Like, this is what thrill. I heard a girl say she can't do a 9 to 5 nigga. Like, I got to do hood niggas. Like, they don't excite me. They boring. But then when, you know what I'm saying, that hood nigga, your son start picking up them tendencies, you want to sit, you in the car with him, and somebody shoot his shit up. Now everybody hooting and hollering, oh, why this happened? Why it happened?
Yup,
You put yourself in that situation. Everybody try to always act oblivious to shit. Like, you put yourself in that situation.
yup,
Yeah. And they
You
yup,
put
know
these
what you
kids
was around.
in
You know what you
town.
have your son around. You know what type of niggas you have your son around. You know this
yup,
already.
yup,
So what you think he gonna pick up? This is the shit that you glorifying. That's cool. But then when
yup.
something happened, everybody wanna act like they don't know why it happened. No, we
Mm-hmm.
can't act like that, bro.
Nope.
We can't. It's a cause. Life is cause and effect.
Yup. You
That shit go
absolutely
back to
right.
it's cause and effect, man.
These this is a very hard thing to do right here, but we have to do it. If we do everything else right, we want to be we want to popularize everything else we do. We want to sexualize everything else we do when it comes to us as a people. But when it comes to having these conversations, we want to have them backdoor, or we don't want to have them at all, or we don't
Yep.
want to be
Yeah.
accountable, and we
Yep.
don't want to take responsibility. So we have to
Yes.
keep pounding this, and that we should keep pounding it. And that's why it's good to have man and woman on here, two women on here, very, very intelligent women on here, very educated women on here. You understand what I'm saying? And come from very different backgrounds, but similar in their thought processes. It's evident, man, and their upbringing. And I think
Right.
that's what's electrifying about the conversation because it's raw.
Right. It's authentic. It's real.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
got people. I'm going off experience. You know what I'm saying? I'm a father,
Yeah.
right? I'm a
Yeah,
real
man.
father. Like,
Yeah, man.
can't nobody. I'm a father. Trial,
Yes.
tribulation. Everything ain't been good. It had the good times, the bad times. But where I'm at now, like, man, this shit, man, take both parents. Y'all gotta be on the same page. It ain't gonna work.
Yes.
I don't care. Y'all ain't on the
Yes.
same page. It ain't gonna work. My daughter, 11 years old. I was on her TikTok. I monitored that shit. I seen something. I'll call her mom. Yo, where your mom? Call her mom. Got my daughter. Listen, if I see that one more time, it's getting deactivated. Just like that. You know what her mom said? No problem. Ain't no, oh, this and that, back and forth going. No, we on the same page. If I see something I don't want to see one more time, deactivate. You ain't having no phone at all. That's this point blank period. That's just what's going down. Her mom ain't say, oh, this and that, ding, none of that. Because we both want the same thing for our daughter, to be successful.
Yes.
That's all that matters is success of the child.
And
You
you
gotta
said
put all
something
your
key,
feelings
bro.
and emotions behind y'all, man.
You
That's where the
said something
problem
key.
lies at right now, is because both of the parents ain't on the same page.
But you
And the
said something
kids
that
are
was
just
real
having
key, though.
babies younger and younger, yo. And the young boys, they ain't got no guidance on how to be a dad because they never had one. Their dad ain't never had one.
Yeah.
Right? So they don't know. They don't know how
Bro,
to be a fucking father.
you hit on
Yeah.
something real key. You said once You said once that they stop, once they accept the fact that there's no longer them together, the relationship is over. Once they accept that, then the true co-parenting can actually start to happen. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? Because I'm not worrying about who you said it. You're not worrying about who I'm seeing. I'm not worrying about who you seeing. It's all about the kid at that point, right?
Because men got to be men, right? Once you secure your spot, bro, as a man,
Yes.
can't really too much penetrate you as a fucking man at the end of the day, right? I told my daughter mom, right? I told her boyfriend, right? I said, I thank you for choosing wisely a good man to have around my daughter.
Mm-hmm.
I thank you for that. That you chose. I can't be bitter. I know you're gonna have a life. I can't expect you not to have another man.
That's
Like, come
real
on,
man
bro. That's
shit, man. You hear me?
unrealistic.
You hear
That's
me?
unrealistic, right? So I thank you for choosing wisely to have a good man around my child. Because that's another man my daughter can see when she ain't around me doing the right thing, treating her right, opening the door for her mom, opening the door for her, giving her what she right.
Hey,
I'm
bro, you
thankful.
better talk
I'm
that
thankful for
shit,
that.
bro.
There's no hatred in my heart as a man
Right.
because I know my daughter know me as dad. I'm dad. I ain't never going. I'm daddy. I ain't never going nowhere. But her mom chose wise. They ain't got a knucklehead around. I ain't got to worry about that. I can
But
be
you
That's
good
can
at
right.
that.
also, but you can also respect that she chose a man that if your daughter was in harm, he'd take his life for it too.
Exactly.
Exactly.
You
Exactly.
understand? And whereas that's
Exactly.
where that
It's
group
not
come
it's
in,
not
it's
it's
not
Exactly.
not even
about
about it's not you
understanding.
don't have to
It's knowing
worry.
that that man is sacrificing too and saying that, listen, I respect you, my man. I see
Exactly.
what you're doing for your daughter.
Exactly.
So when you're not
And feel
around,
no
I
shame
got
about
you.
it. It ain't no bitterness.
Yeah.
Like them ooh ahs is gone for over here. You feel what I'm
It's
saying, man? So
gone.
at the end of the day, baby, like let's just keep it pushing. Like I respect
That's
you, you
it.
respect me. Long as you're not harming my kid, like you said before. Long as you're not harming my kid, you ain't disrespecting my kid. I don't feel like that. I can't even tell you, you can't even chastise my kid. I know what it means to be a
Exactly.
man in a
Yeah.
household. I know what it means to be a
Exactly.
provider and a protector in the house in the household. So I know if that come with a responsibility with my child being there and you gonna be there, I know at the end of the damn day, yo, you got every right. If my child out of line, yo, and if it get too deep, you can always pick that motherfucking phone up and call me, and I'm coming
Exactly.
right behind you,
Yeah.
yo.
Exactly.
All
Exactly.
But
right, I'm gonna
that's where
try
the
to add you
respect
right
come
now because I
in.
think we dropped one off. I'll add you. Sheila will come back. I know she will.
But that's where the
But I
And
want
that's
respect
where
to.
the
coming at
women
though.
got to the women got to step up too because they have a bigger part too, and they don't understand that. Like I said, choosing the right one. But having these kids hating their dad is hating their self, hating their mom is hating their self, and we have to understand that. Like sometimes understand that. Listen, you explain to your child 1+1 is 2. That's saying that. Listen, one mom, one dad. And if one of them is not putting 2, they put in 3. You tell them, listen, we're not going to deal with him when he put in 3, but when he dealing with putting 2, we love him because we
Exactly,
have
but
to understand that
I'm
when we
always
teach that
challenge one. I'm
confession,
gonna tell you though,
yes,
I'm always challenge 1+1 because 1+1 can produce 1, which will equal 3.
3.
So I'm gonna
Mhm.
always challenge that. I'm gonna always
yeah,
challenge their theory in their mind and
That's
what they
another
try to
conversation that we get.
engrave in us. Yo, you
That's a whole
feel me,
nother
yeah,
yo?
topic right there.
You feel me? That's a whole nother conversation
yeah,
because what I learned and see, this is why research is so important, guys. You
Right.
understand why we do it, right?
Right.
Um, so this is why we do it. I'll add you back on in a second. I was trying to add Yanni back. Yanni wanted to give her a chance to go in, but I hold on, I got her right now. Yanni, I'll give you a few seconds, and then I'm gonna bring Sheila back up because I know Sheila got some real stuff to lay on us too. But Jan, I definitely want to hear it from you, yo. Jan hitting us from out in Florida, but she definitely got a mind on. It says adding you. We're gonna see what happens. But yeah, while we into it, guys, let's take a look at some of these comments. He says, what I've been seeing, Marlon says, what I've been seeing is a lot of today's parents are teachers of positivity, meaning priorities and morals. It's become all about the money. And that's what I'm saying. I think I spoke about that earlier where I said, because if you at work all day long, you're not really raising your child.
Right.
Like, and that just means if you're a man and you with a woman and she working all day long, then as a man you should feel some type of way
Right.
inside.
Right.
You should never feel comfortable that your woman is out here working.
Out working. Right. For sure.
She working 2 jobs.
Right.
You're not doing enough as a man.
Right.
You're not.
Right.
So get off your ass, get off the PlayStation, put the fucking blunt down for a second, man. You get what I'm
Right.
saying, man, and turn up for your family. because she should be able to feel at ease. Yeah, I'm not saying that she shouldn't be out here and she shouldn't be working, she shouldn't be helping, because we're living in different times today. But I
Right.
also believe that as a man, you want to claim the lead, you want to say you the lead of the household, then you got to lead by example. And part of that is making sure you're securing the finances in the home one way or another. And it doesn't always have to resort to you, you know what I mean, going to illegal things when things get rough. You got to learn your support system or build one around you. And I think this is where we come in as men. We have to start doing that. We need to build a support base where there's no judgment. We did it on the street when a motherfucker was down. When a motherfucker was down on the streets, yo, here you go, man. Get up, man. You know what I'm saying? You all good. Or when a person come home, we hit him like, yo, here you go, man. It ain't a lot.
Right.
You feel me? But we hit him. So I
That
tried to
building
add you,
character,
Jan.
we got to start building that character back. That character is missing out of the children. And that is the main source of how they're winning every time. We got to go back to the character.
Plus, I'm tired of fighting. I don't want to keep fighting the people that's supposed to represent us. Yo, that's why I'm on my G-Hole page. Because I'm just tired of that shit. At the end of the
Right.
day, man, we got to get to a point where we see what's best for us as a community, and we got to step forward as a community and start saying, because a lot of what we do is we do a lot of complaining, but we never say what we really want.
Right.
That be a lot of the problem, yo. It's much easier to do the complaining. It's much easier to talk about the shit, yo. But it's not easy to get up and do something about it, is it?
Right.
That's where the real work got to come in at. We don't want to do it, or now you can't find them, or nobody's showing up. And now this is why I say, bro, you definitely hit a lot of shit where you was talking about key points where you were saying that, yeah, as men, we do gotta be we gotta be more accountable as men. And I think that if we start building structure, and it got to start with us, even as the grown up, because if they watching what we do too,
Right.
they watching everything that we do.
But it be sucking niggas though, bro.
It
It be sucking niggas. It be sucking niggas. Once they get their palms greased, right? They don't care about nobody else, right? They put on this facade that they for the community, they for this. But once they get their shit greased and you know they good, ain't nobody wearing them. Ain't nobody showing these little niggas really like the game, giving them the real game, right?
Nothing.
What do they really have to aspire to look up to? Where's the mentorships at? Where these niggas taking these niggas in these cribs when they buying these cribs, building these
and
cribs,
teaching them how to remodel them.
Show them the blueprint, right? We're like, you know what I'm saying? Like, where's like a kid that want to be the next mayor, the next politician in the city? You know what I'm saying? Running around with the mayor, mentoring the mayor. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, where's the real mentorship program? So they can see, they want to see it. They idolize everything in the music, what they see on TV. That's the shit they idolizing, right? They need to see this shit. These kids, they want to see this shit nowadays, bro.
Bro, this is what I'm saying. Like, they don't have the right people in the room that should be in the room, man. You get what I'm saying? They don't have the right people in the right, like people that talk like you belong in the rooms where they think only the elitists can be at. And I don't like that shit, yo.
They don't want niggas like me. They don't want niggas like me in the room because I'm not no ass kissing nigga, right? Because like I told you, I'm gonna eat with you or without you. The world too big. Camden's only 8 square miles. So if I limit myself just to eat in this 8 square mile city, I'm a fucking fool at the end of the day. So you're not going to limit how me and my kids success. You're not going to determine how I eat and how I feed my kids. Like that's not going. So I'm going to speak my mind at the end of the day. I don't care what the motherfucker. I'm going to speak the truth. Right? I'm not going to try to butter you up so I can try to
get something from you.
I ain't going to be next to you. You want me to say?
I don't move like that, bro.
Like I'm not moving. I've never been that type of nigga. I'm a one-man army. You ever see me? I'm by myself or with my son or one of my. That's just how I move. Like I don't need a whole bunch of people around me. More is less.
I fuck with you, bro. I really fucks with you, and you raw with it, bro. And see, people like you need to be in the room where these conversations are being had, bro. Because
a motherfucker can't, bro. Listen, a motherfucker. I feel like with this city, right? And I ain't even speaking on me. All these people that done coach years, like you should be the first one in position to get anything in this city. I done gave back 17 years of coaching, mentorship, giving back in the city. People like me should be the first person to get dibs on any position, anything dealing with the people that give back. Without a dime, right? Without a grant, without a nonprofit, without none of that. Giving out of your pocket, giving your time, taking away from your family time, right? People ain't, when the cameras ain't around, the things that you doing. We ain't doing shit when the camera's flashing.
There you go.
Right? We doing this shit from purity, out of the kindness of our heart, because this is the type of person that you are. Right? My son, and I get him about it all the time. He'll bring 3-4 friends, but he know if his friends with his dad, I'm gonna treat them just like him. Right? We go out to eat,
Yeah.
man. Y'all put your hands in your pocket.
Right.
Y'all with me. Y'all with his dad. Like at the end of the day, like I'm gonna take care of everything. Like y'all good. That's how it gotta be.
That's the way it's supposed to be.
Because I really truly mean it, right? And the time that they spend it with me, they might not have that with their dad. Bro, I'm gonna tell a story, bro, and it hurt me to my heart one day, man. This when my daughter was going to LEAP. She was in the 4th grade. So I asked her teacher at the end of the year, can I come up there, some appreciation for the teachers, bring the kids some pizza and stuff and, juices and stuff to the class. I always used to go to the class and talk to them and shit, read to them. So she said, yeah, Mr. Hornby, why not? So I go up there. I'm in the classroom, bro. I'm in there, all the kids, we having fun. This little boy just broke down crying, bro. I'm talking about, in the midst of us having fun, I'm talking about he just started breaking down. I'm like, which one? He like, oh my God, I miss my dad. I wish I had a dad like you. Bro, you know what that shit did to my soul?
Yo, bro, I see it every day, bro. You hear me?
Like, you know what I'm saying, bro?
You hear me,
Like,
bro?
you know what I mean? Like, I already know what you do. So that, like, we need, I mean, like, these kids need this. They need that shit, man. They need their dads, man. I took that little boy out in that hallway, and I talked to him for about an hour, man. Just telling him, like, your dad, he love you. He might just be going through some things, but daddy, he love you, man. He gonna be there for you. Like, just try to give him that encouragement. And I would go up there and check on him, but that shit touched me. Because every kid ain't got that little thing that I do, that I feel that I don't know what's right, that you're supposed to do. Every man ain't like, they don't feel that way. Every kid don't experience that feeling. Right? How my daughter come in and my daughter, that's my dad. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Well, that's my daddy. Like, every kid ain't got that.
Yo, bro, check what Marlon says. He says he'll use his upbringing as an example. He says, my parents worked until 5 p.m. and in those couple of hours of free time, I ventured out and took to the corner boys and the lifestyle. I later found the hard way. He said, I later found the hard way where these were going for 2 to 3 years when I didn't see them. Jail. He said, my parents had no idea where and what I was doing. Another person, Tanisha, says, my children do the same. Their friends are also my children. It takes a village to raise a child. Sheila says, we have to be a village. All the kids need all of us. And I think I was trying to add, I keep trying to add Yanni on here. It keeps saying approve, but then it's telling me that they can't join my broadcast at this time. Yan, send a request. I think it's something I'm doing wrong. Or my
might be trying to put the fixing on this now.
Yeah, but you know what, bro? I think this is powerful because we touching on a lot of key things. But that hurt me too, bro, because like yesterday I had to go over to my dad's house. My dad got I got younger sisters, and my little sister had disrespected she had disrespected her mom, yo. And her mom kind of like, got at her.
Right.
And she kind of try to raise her hands at her mom. I just happened to be going around my dad's house and my car was making some crazy noise, you know me. And so I was trying to take it around to my dad to see what's going on. And I go around and there's cops out there. And I get there and I get there and I find out what was going on. And one of the things that really stuck to me the most about that situation, because my dad was in church, but the thing that stuck to me the most about that situation was that the brokenness that is between her mom, and she spilled it out of her mouth. It go back to when she was 8 years old, all the way up to my sister about to be 18 now, right? And so, it's been constant counseling or whatever, trying to be had for or whatnot, but
Right.
I think the core of it was broken right there, right?
Right.
And so that's what prompted me to be like, okay, so if that's happening even with me, imagine how many other mothers and daughters that's happening with. I don't have the answer with, but what I knew the answer that I did have was until you 18 years old and get out here and fend for yourself and able to take care of yourself, you don't ever tell whatever she say goes. She could say I farted and didn't like it. You gotta respect it. You get what I'm saying? And you didn't like it. You know what I'm saying? You got to respect it. But all that, like, thinking you getting up in her face, that was your first and last time ever doing such a thing. You know what I mean? Because I'm not going to tolerate that. I'm not going to tolerate that. Shut up.
And there's a lot of entitlement too, though. Jehovah, like these kids, they feel like they're just so entitled to things because the parents, we made it that way. Because we wanted to spoil them. We wanted to spoil them so bad. So now when you tell them no is a problem, like, what I'm saying, you tell them something they don't want to hear is a problem because we gave them too much, man. We gave them too much and they didn't even earn it. They didn't even work for that shit.
And I think you're hitting on a big topic when you say these mother and daughter relationships. These mother and daughter relationships need a lot of work on too. And sometimes it's that little girl that's showing her mom stuff that she was doing. Now the mom seeing that, she took a different path and now she doesn't want to face it. So she preferred not to have the conversation anymore. And that's a big part of it. I would say a lot of it is these mothers and sisters and mothers and daughters. And like you
Right.
said, the competition. You understand? And that's where I said a lot of it is where we got to get sisterhood together.
Yep.
Yes, we have the men, but the women, we have to come out of this right now because our kids is the one. We are the ones, and not to blame it on men, but we got to bring it up a stronger foundation for these kids to know which man is good and which man is bad.
Mm-hmm.
And we have to do that work because, like I said before, a lot of this stuff wouldn't occur because these kids, when they had these babies, they're not getting raped. They're
Right.
just picking decisions out of emotions. Just like the guys are going to jail out of emotions, the girls are picking children, fathers out of emotions.
Right.
So it's not a conversation of, we're at it with each other. Nah, we got to love each other. And then have someone that everyone can look up to. So if your child father, you feel like it's not going, not communicating or y'all can't get to that level, have that outside person that y'all can go and talk to where y'all both respect each other.
Right.
It's not all about having, it's us two. Nah, sometimes you need a mediator.
Need
But it's
therapy
up
sometimes.
to us to do the work.
Yeah,
It's
it
up
is.
to us to do the work. We cannot look for nobody else. You understand? Everyone grew up in certain societies where their parents wasn't it. Sometimes children, guess what? Sometimes kids is put here and they're bigger than their parents.
Mm-hmm.
The mother also got to step back to understand that too.
Mm-hmm.
And we got to start looking for them sources for our baby instead of saying that we're the only one that matters. Because when they go in the work field and everything else, they deal and understand that everything don't matters. But we have to have these conversations. And that's why I'm taking my time out today and sit up here saying, like, along with having these conversations, it's starting to love. It's
Right.
starting to love because with us, we have high expectations of each other. We do something wrong, we broadcasting it, telling everybody, don't, this person just trying to start out in business. One little thing take a little bit longer. Oh, don't use that person. I don't like doing black business.
Right.
You go to the nail salon, they talk to you any kind of way. I'm in a business, whereas I'm a public adjuster, so I go and look, I fight insurance companies. So I'm talking to someone that look like me. You understand? And they showed me where another adjuster did their work. And I was able to look at it. I said, whoa, where does $10,000 go?
Mm.
They like, oh, this and this and that. So me looking like, no, that $10,000 went, they stole it. Now I'm looking for you to go online and tell everybody this person ain't say nothing. I'm like, whoa.
Mm.
But then just 2 weeks ago, I told you, talked about how you're not dealing with a black business, but I just showed you that $10,000 was
Was
stole
missing.
from you
Right.
and you're not doing anything.
Mm.
Long as it wasn't our community. It's like, we got to start loving each other and giving ourselves a chance because we give everybody else a chance.
Yep.
None of us can make mistakes. So
Yep.
all of it come together where we do got to love each other. It's not just, the babies. As grown-ups, we got to love each other.
Yep.
Tanisha says this is why we also need our black men back in the home as well. It allows the mother to be available in the home to support and raise these children in a healthy way.
Yep.
Yeah, and I agree.
Yep. Yes, we
A
do.
mother can be a mother. A mother can be a mother. She can't be a father. And no matter how much she wants to play that role, listen, when it comes to those emotions, that's where the man come out. When a man is a man, his emotions is different. And I would say that is the real big difference between the man and a woman, is when emotions, we emotional. You're
Yep.
teaching a man how to go back with a little boy, how to go back and forth. When a man says something, he says it. When
Yep.
a little boy has to deal, not saying that a boy can't be emotional, but he has to understand his ground. Only a man can show that. A woman can. We're emotional. And
Yep.
it's like you said, knowing our order of understanding that, listen, even though we could be the best mom, we could be harming our kids too, because now when they go out in the street, they're more emotional.
Right.
They don't know when a man says something, a man are disrespecting him. It's not, to fight, but it's to say one or two words and that's it. And
I
if it's
think
not going to go there, go get somewhere else.
so.
But
One
I
of the
think
biggest complaints. Listen, one of the biggest complaints that I'm seeing in the comments is that the women are saying that they're having to play both roles, and if that's the issue, and that is the issue in a lot of
Mm-hmm.
cases, right? So the belly aching that I guess I'm giving in regards to
them working, having to work these long hours, or not being able to be home to raise their children. That's kind of like a hidden part right there. I think we need to talk about that, because how are we able to allow these women to be able to free up time? You know what I mean? So they can be more productive in the home, even though we know we're living in a society today where as it requires two people more or less today than one in a household.
But
In this case.
to that though, bro, you know, it's a catch-22 that as well. It's some men that want to be there, but they're not allowed to be there because, you know, she's
They're not
bitter.
having sex with him.
She's bitter that he moved on. He might have moved on to somebody that's giving him peace, that's a better person than her, and she won't let that man be a father to his son. Bro, I done heard that before, man. You know, I coached for 16 years. I done heard kids say, my mom won't let me see my dad.
Yup.
The mother won't
Yep.
let them really see the father, bro, and he's trying, bro. But that's why I say, you know, it's always loopholes, right, with men, right? If you really want to try, it's when you go to the court, right? You go file for joint custody. You go to put his ways around certain things if you really want. You got to be persistent.
That's right.
If you really want that. But at the end of the day, though, it's like some women really do keep their kids, man, deliberately away from the father, bro, and try to act like the dad ain't want to be there. That's not right. That's not right. So they got to take accountability there for that too. Like we say, go back to emotions. Everybody's always going on an emotional roller coaster.
It's getting back cooking, bro.
Emotions. We got to let that emotions go. And I understand women are doing the hell. I'm not trying to debate that. I'm saying it's some piece of shit men out here. But I know some good men that wasn't able to be in their kid's life.
Yeah, because Renee just got done saying, she said, you still have 30, 40, and 50-year-old men and women that are lost with no direction themselves.
Yeah, they lost.
Oh, she going in. She said that, hold on, let me get her comment. She said, whoa, this is a deep one. She said 40 and 50-year-old men and women that are lost with no direction themselves because they haven't been taught transparency is the key to express their deepest and darkest secrets to why you feel as though you can't do better. To have to be true to yourself. In order to be able to do things differently, you have to allow yourself to hear the things you don't want to hear so that you can do better. So we're not just talking about 20 and under. We're still talking about these people
for sure.
that
we're talking about us mainly, the older.
Themselves for 30, 40, and 50 years old because they don't know no better.
They the main ones.
That's a hell of a point.
They the main ones. Not the babies, because the babies learn from us. They only reciprocate what we teach them at the end of the day. The babies see us. So if the babies see you and y'all dysfunctional, 9 times out of 10, that's how their relationship is going to be, or dysfunctional.
What you was going to say?
It is us. It's definitely us. I'm not combating that at all, but it still go back to the basis. The man and the woman got to get it together, right? Can't nobody tell y'all how to work y'all differences out, but y'all two, because y'all two work together. Can't nobody tell y'all how to work y'all differences out. We don't know who cheated on who. We don't know how it started. Man, y'all just got to work through that shit, bro.
Yeah.
When it comes to the child, all that shit get left behind. And that's what we're not seeing. I feel like that other shit is minute. That's small shit. The other shit. How we broke up, right? We got to come up with the solution. How we going to still keep our child successful? We got to come up with the solution. Yeah. Everybody always want to dwell on the problem. Oh, this want to keep bringing up the problem. Fuck, we know what the problem is. We got to be solution-based, bro.
Sheila, what you
we got to have
say?
solutions. It ain't about the problem all the time. We know what the problem is already.
So much.
We know that already, man. What is the solution?
What you gonna say?
It's so
Sheila?
much. It's so much. You guys, I'm gonna just let y'all. Sometimes you just gotta shut up and, you know what I'm saying? It's so much. Like the brother's hitting on so much. I don't even want to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he is. But I ain't want you to
This is what I will say real quick. What I will say is, remember I said I woke up with this on my soul. I see mad comments of people saying the same thing. That's how you know we as Black people are connected.
It's connected.
You understand?
For sure. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And the fact that you had a strong over 20 people on here, that is, I'm telling you, like, we are so connected. There's no way I woke up with this on my heart. I went to do water aerobics like 6 months. This was on my heart and on my mind. I went to Rick Wake Park. I walked it twice. This was on my mind and my spirit. I started talking to people. I became really emotional because, just we're talking about politics and stuff. And I come home and y'all up here on this live talking about the very thing. And then it's the killer is there's so many other people saying, This was on my mind. This was on. We are
Yep.
connected in a
There's
Yep.
something
way
happening, yo.
that something bigger than us is at play.
Something is
That's
happening.
that's why I'm going to
To
come out
get
with the
us here, and
podcast.
they got this brother talking to us. So, like I said, while he hitting on so many different
Look, they muted her. I don't
white
keep
people.
it
Oh, they
muted.
muted her.
Oh, she
It's
Oh, we
back
hear
not.
now.
you.
I
We
think
can
she
hear you.
back.
We can hear you.
Oh no, that my phone had rung. But I
Tell her she on mute.
Damn. See, every time we cook, yo,
Every
it
time somebody
happens,
Yeah.
starts
yo.
talking, they start
Every
trying to mute.
time when we start cooking. Look, check out this comment, y'all. Kilo Jones says, what do you do when you want to support a new black-owned business by all men, and you go in there or walk by and see them disrespecting women, especially young ones, in a sexual manner? It should be brought forth to the community.
Yeah. That's
Oh,
where men got to
right,
talk to men.
right.
No,
That's
it
where
should be
men got
brought
to
to the
talk to men.
community so we can address it as a community. I think that yes, us men should go there and address it, but I think our women should stand next to us to show that we support them and that we would never allow this type of behavior.
Right.
I agree to that because I just started a trademark called Satin House Sisterhood. And Satin House stands for every woman, every little girl turns into a woman. Where does things occur whereas women are building blocks to build their house, whether they're inside the house or building a block that's hurting them? And the reason why I call it satin, because every girl that comes out is soft.
Mm.
She comes out like a girl. She comes out with full of life. She's very bubbly. It's things that start to occur in her life that dims her light. And this is a platform that I'm trying to reach out to the sisters because we need to start loving each other, because we got to have our girls start loving each other. Right now, with everything in front of them, especially with this technology, this is something whereas technology is making it whereas no one has to be in the dark about anything. We can turn technology around and we could become the most powerful people if we take it right now. This is the time that we can become the most powerful people if we turn this around,
I think
because
we
we
need to have
are the
a
most
major
influenced people.
podcast. We need a major,
Yes.
major podcast, right?
So,
Yeah.
and you gonna talk?
Really speaks to this,
Yes.
yo.
Me and you are
Like
the
we have to continue
influence.
this. There's no way we could start this and don't continue this, guys. Like
Exactly.
there's no way. Like
Exactly.
somebody got touched today.
Right.
I even saw that in the comments. Somebody got touched today. Somebody's spirit must was down because there's no way our frequencies got the same thing going on at the same time, and it's happening for a reason, bro.
Right.
And I think it's part of our self-awareness, our moral accountability, yo. And it's a path that's calling us other than this other bullshit because we in the world, but that don't mean we had to be part of it, right?
Yeah.
But we have an obligation, right, to be this passionate and to be speaking in the manner that each of you are speaking in or have spoken in. It's definitely touched me. When I walked away, it was because I had to wipe my eyes. I
Right.
didn't want to, you know what I mean? And I
No, no,
understand
no.
it,
Right. For
but I
sure.
had to
Right.
wipe my eyes.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
But this is what we need, man. It's therapeutic. Like this therapeutic to me.
Yeah.
Like you know what I'm saying? It's therapy for your soul. Like right, we got to get in touch with in tune with our souls again, bro. Right?
Yeah.
Yes.
We right. The new wrong is right, and the new right is wrong. Like we got to get back to the way it used to be. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
Everybody want everything that's negative. Everybody want everything so fast, instantaneously. You know what I'm saying? Nobody
Right.
want to put no work in. You know what I'm saying? This social media got everybody head just somewhere else. Everybody looking at this shit that's really is fake. It's a facade. It's not real. Anybody can
It's
do
an
anything they
illusion.
want on here. You know what I'm saying? They trying to, put their life up against this life, and that's where the youngins at. They don't want. They want everything right now.
No,
They
we
don't want
need
to
this
wait.
knowledge from these
They're
these
making
queens that's right here
they're making
intricate
a
role
billion
and
dollars off
playing
of
an
ignorance
intricate
right
role
now.
in where we should be
Yeah.
directing. We should be directing the traffic and changing the whole overall narrative
Yeah.
and taking down the reality bull crap. I think
Right.
that these women are putting something out here. Like what Jamila said, really like it stuck. It said something. That's why I sat up like this because it is about bringing each other together. Because a lot of the women are competing against each other. The
Right.
older women are competing against the younger
The
women. It
younger one.
seems
Yep.
right, or it's the other way around. The younger
Mm-hmm.
women are competing with the older women because some of the older women looking better than the younger women,
Yep.
and that's true. We see it. right? So when it's kind of like going down your timeline, right? And you seeing the women they might post up something that's not getting them no comments, no attention, but as soon as they put up that one picture that is revealing, everybody's coming, they getting the attention. Now they getting the unwanted attention in their inboxes, only to post about it later and talk about they don't want that attention. And so how do we kill that hysteria right there? How do we kill that narrative? If you could weigh in on that, Miss Sheila, tell me what you think. How do we kill that? Damn, we can't even hear her, yo.
Yeah, they got her on mute.
They got her on. They got her
Oh
on.
no!
Oh,
Can
there
you
we
hear
go.
me
We
now?
got her. We got her.
It went off by itself. So, like I said, I have so many thoughts on this. So I know that some of you guys don't know, but currently I'm running for mayor, right, in the city of Newark, and I'm a person that lives here. I'm a lifelong educator, and it's so deep how 80% of the voting base are women. And when I tell you, I be on foot for years talking to women and how they come at me, like, and mind you, let me tell you, like, my personality is like, all growing up, I have women fight over me. That's my friend, that's my friend, that's my cousin, that's what. So it ain't no type of nothing, but it's how I look aesthetically. As soon as you see me, it's like they either oh, I don't do that politics stuff. That sounds crazy to me, knowing that 70% of the Panther movement was women. So I
Right.
don't even understand where they coming
Yes.
from.
But most people, they don't know that.
They
Most
don't
people, they
know
don't know
that
that.
though.
They don't know that.
They don't
And
know
and,
that.
and, 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 and another thing, they don't know because they don't want to know. Women don't want to listen to nobody. If a man try to tell them something, they're going to withhold sex. They're going to withhold those kids. They're not going to be your friend no more because you're going to become a hater, right? You can't correct women. These women applauded when Kevin Samuels died. And he was actually saying some things that we really needed to reflect on. The real friends that I have, I judge people from the inside out, not the outside in. These women will spend money on their body. They will look at me and be like, oh, you look this, you look that. I don't want to talk about what I look like. That's external. I want to talk about internal. I want to talk about how we save our
Yes.
kids. I want to talk about how we save our communities. And these bitches, and I say that one of they sit on social media and they will talk about every goddamn thing. That I begged people for years, come help me fight for education. Come help me
Crazy.
fight for housing. Come help me fight these fucking Jews that's buying up our
Property.
fucking
Woo.
community.
Go
That's
ahead,
right.
man.
And
Let it out.
they
That's
will be
Let
right.
it
on
cook,
mute.
yo. Cook,
They
yo.
on
Yeah.
mute. They act like they don't hear me.
Yeah.
But the moment somebody come on and say, "Oh, I don't like Sheila Montague," and look, I'm a whole nerd. Like you ain't even got no real reason not to like me. The bitches don't even know me, and these be older women. Okay, these are not no
Yeah.
young girls. These are older women, and they so mean, wicked, hate. Like they undermine. They tell other people, "Oh, don't
Crazy.
talk to her." For what? Like, how the hell could you not like me? Because I'm not sitting up gossiping. I don't want to
Yep.
gossip. I want to help. If I see a
Yeah.
woman that don't have, I want to help. I was driving around this winter giving my own coats, my own blankets. We got so many people living on the street. I put up a video this weekend. This woman, and I've seen this a lot on Clinton Avenue, on Elizabeth Avenue, they sweeping up in front of their homeless space. How the hell you got room to talk about how I fucking look?
Crazy.
Wow,
Because
man, that's crazy.
they want to buy the body I have because that's the body I got from my grandmother. You see me, I look like a damn slave. I'm not out here trying to showcase my body. I'm out here
Yeah.
trying to save a people. And sometimes I feel like I'm by my damn self because
Yep.
if people keep saying, oh, I'm going to get the bag, I'm going to get the bag, they don't even know how that's related to capitalism. And we
Yes.
the bag.
Mm.
Yes.
We're not
Yeah.
fighting against racism. We're fighting classism. It's
Yes.
an elite group of black people.
Yes.
Yep.
Yup.
That's,
Yeah.
and go. I hope you know,
I
because them
know.
same jokers done been down there where you at, and
That's
they
why you
up
see
here.
me on my
They
G-Hole page,
and
because
listen,
unless enough of us can come together with the same understanding, yo, I'd rather spend my time doing what I'm doing right here,
but
reaching
they
people
won't say
really
nothing.
where we
But
supposed
I
to reach them
applaud
at,
you. I got
right at
so much.
their door, right
Listen, I
at their
got so much
doorstep, man. You hear
respect,
me?
so much respect for you.
Yeah.
Because let me tell you, up here, they will say the most about me. They will come on my thread and say the most, right? But I'm an educator, and I ain't did no wrong. I don't mess with other people, man. I don't. I'm for good. I'm for right. Like yo, and they won't say nothing about having no gang banging ass mayor. They won't
Right.
say nothing.
Nothing.
But it's happening.
No, no.
But it's
And
happening.
like you
It's the
said,
same
they're
shit like
making $1
here.
billion off of ignorance, and we
And
have to
Yep.
go
I
and
don't
catch
understand
it.
us as
That's what it
women. I don't
is.
understand. I don't
Yep.
understand us as women. I
Yes.
don't
Well,
understand. It's like we could only be, and this is my feelings. You know what I'm saying? From what I see,
nah, they
it's like
telling you to speak in
you
the
can
See?
be.
comments. They telling you keep going.
See?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Miss Shirley,
it's just
keep going, Miss
like you
Shirley.
gotta be butt ass ugly to be in the clique. You know what I'm saying? And that's because we look at each other, like I said, aesthetically. I don't need you to see me aesthetically. I need you to hear. I ain't had one black woman to say, "What's your platform?" Not
Mm.
one.
Mm.
But when
Mm.
I'm in front of white women, and you know our relationship is historic, we already know that. Oh, they can. Oh, Sheila. Oh my God. Do you want us to come and help you? No, I don't want. I appreciate it. No. If I can't get the hope in this community, you mean to tell me it ain't 3 black women who want to fight for education on our kids, or 4 out of 5 not passing the government state mandated test? 4
Right.
out of 5 are not. They can't write cursive, and I can't get 3. But
Right.
I bet you if I say, oh, we going to the club, we going to the pool party, or it's a
Yep.
house party,
Yep.
and then they sit on the thing and say stuff like that. They talking about me like I'm not looking. Oh, she's weird. How am I weird? How is that weird? I'm trying to figure out how you don't know that you're weird if you're worried about more how your ass look more than having a husband. And that's another thing.
Crazy.
Who told you that was related to having a husband? They mad at me for being
Yeah.
married 20 years. I ain't even
Tuh.
married no more. They still met. A girl came on, I kid you not, was like, yeah, because something your husband was looking at me 15 years ago. Girl, I ain't even married to that man now for the last 5 years. Now, if you have the man, because you can have him, can you come help me?
Right.
Can you come
You
help
better
me with the
cook,
kids?
girl. Cook.
Hold on.
Nah,
90% of the
talk
homeless,
about that
not
shit.
listen, 90% of the homeless population in the entire Essex County is right here in Newark. 90%.
Mm.
70% is black. You have people, and I'm not saying nothing bad about my African brothers and sisters. I love everybody. But the truth of the matter is they're coming over here and they're getting things that we've been here and we're not
Not
getting.
getting.
And the ethnic
Mm-hmm.
cleansing that's going on right in front of our face as we continue to
Face.
kill each other metaphorically and
Yep.
physically. Okay, we
Yep.
continue to kill each other. They're moving in position. They moving in position, and I'm sitting here fighting like, yo, where like, do y'all not see this? And they looking at me like, oh, you keep losing. Yeah, I keep losing because y'all keep not being involved. Like, you want peace, you gotta fight for it. You want love, you gotta fight for it. Freedom ain't free. I
Yep.
have workshops and stuff about alienable rights. I talk to people about sovereignty. I talk to them about the Constitution. I talk to them about cooking. I talk about starting a business, like the sister said. I started a group, Wage, Women Advocating for Gender Equity, right? Or equality, whichever one on whatever day, right? They don't want to, like, I'm telling you, the younger girls, it's like they too busy. They chasing guys that ain't no good. Come, we could talk about that. I could tell you what kind of man to chase. Like I said, I got married.
Yes.
Not. I chose to have a husband. You understand? It's certain things, right? But they don't want to come and listen to that. They don't
I
want to
want to
come and
listen
listen to
to
that, right? They don't
that.
Bump
want to
that.
listen
You on the
to
platform now. Just give it all to them. Let them have it. They
no,
don't. They need to
like
understand what
seriously.
does it mean a woman having a husband. They don't even know. A lot of these women don't even. This is a lot of the problems that we face. Some of us that are good men. This is what we
Well,
face.
yeah.
Bad
So the
carry.
reason why y'all face them problems, right, is because they have not learned the characteristics of being a friend. You have to bring that into your marriage, like
All right.
being a friend, right? Being loyal, not telling your friend's business, being
Mm.
trustworthy, right? Having your word means something, right? Just being a friend, being a good friend. You understand
Yep.
all of those learning how to forgive, learning how to be patient and kind with each other as women. Okay, all of these things that, like, and sometimes, like I said, I feel like I'm an external introvert, and I'm
Mm.
not. I really love people,
Mm.
No.
Yeah.
but women be
Mm-hmm.
so freaking wicked. And you got a
Mm.
couple of men that sprinkle in, like, the
Mm-hmm.
gossip, because
For sure.
they're in, it's a few, just people, period. It's not even gender specific. They're really like trying to be competitive. You can't compete with me. I done read, I'm like, I feel like Cat Williams. I done read like 5,000 books for them. Like,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
you're not in that space to compete. compete with me, but I want to work with you. I'm a piece of the puzzle, right? You can't win a city championship, right? I coach basketball. You can't win with all point guards on the team. You can't win with all centers. You need all positions. Let me play my position that God gave me the strength to play. Don't get jealous of that. Let me come help you with things. Everybody don't have the same things, but people will disregard what they have to only look and focus in and be jealous on what they see that you got that they don't have. And we need to stop doing that, right? We need to just come together. And I'm telling you, these women, the women groups be fake. Okay, the NAACP be fake. The Urban League, fake. All of these organizations, these nonprofit organizations, paying themselves, got 5 kids from up suburban area somewhere because their parents work here locally in a, one of the business. It's all fake. It's all fake, and they're mad because I push against that. I can't exist if all of these things are real. I can't exist. But don't hate on that. I'm in this space that I'm in till I'm not here no more. You understand? And I don't know, like the people just don't be listening. Everybody just got their mind made up. And I'm not saying everybody, I'm being emotional right now. But everybody is just like, I know what I know. No, you know what you know until you don't know it anymore. If somebody challenges what it is that you believe you know, because knowledge is just not, just a
Knowledge is
monolith, right?
universal.
It's evolutionary. It evolves.
Right.
You understand? Like, I know the A-E-I-O-U were the vowels, but sometimes why? There's always an exception. There's always something you don't know. I knew that it wasn't aliens until now we know that they are. You understand? So if you close your mind up to the possibilities, if you forget who we are as a people and understand that we manifest reality, what other people could have been through what we've been through, and we still here, we still strong, we're still resilient, we still moving forward. And what's so hurtful is we don't even have us. We don't even have us no more. They
That's right.
infiltrated everything that we've been a part of. They infiltrated. They're different from us. And I don't want to say different good, but different bad. That's beside the point. They're different. It's like we're a nation within a nation, and we just can't be. We can't even have a talk on social media without it being interrupted. And like I said, I got kids that I've seen that they on there smoking weed, doing all kinds of stuff, twerking. Never get interrupted.
Right.
Every live I do all morning get interrupted. Everyone, because they don't want us to come up. They don't want us to progress. The capitalism functions off of our digress. You understand? It functions
Off our
off
ignorance.
us, off having the father out of the home. Even things like in family court, they give it the worst judge, and they always give the kids to the who, I'm gonna let y'all finish. Who they always get the kids to?
The mom.
Always get the kids to the mom, no matter what, right? No matter what, they always want to get the kids to the mom. Not my kids. Oh, this little nigga bitch, and I'm calling it like it is. Oh, this little nigga bitch, she want to run for office. Oh, she want to get votes. She want to do this. When I tell you they gave my kids to my husband when we wasn't together anymore, because I already had custody of my kids. That's another story. But they gave my kids. How you give my kids and I already had custody of somebody? I mean, I already had custody of my 2 kids. How you gave my kids to my husband? And this is the type of thing, like I said, the onion is so deep. The onion is so, when you start to peel it back, it's so deep in our community that if they can't kill you, like they've killed our other leaders, like I said, because I got 8 bullet holes in my house from 2013. If they can't kill you one way, they try to kill you and assassinate you through public
Humiliation.
yeah, like they literally pay people to grassroots lie on me. But I've been living here all my life. People know me. They're like, yo, get out of here. Yo, like on some real, like we are so monitored. And now with all of these phones and cell phones and stuff, it's even worse. It's even worse. And the bad part about it is they can't do that unless the black people let them in. The black people get in position and they let them in. They let them in.
They start telling everything about our culture. They start telling everything about our hoods. But I think
I've been invited to meetings. And they be like, oh, come to the meeting. We out eating. And they give us something. And they're like asking questions. So what do you think about this? So why does this? Like, people from not here. And the older people, I'm telling you, they will sell us out. That's why they don't train us to take over in terms of politics. They sell it. I had a, I ain't gonna say her name because maybe she rests in peace. She's no longer here. But I asked her, I said, how did you were supposed to mentor me through the program I was in to, like, become a part of politics. But why do you not support me? And she like, well, Sheila, we sell, our expertise.
Yeah,
So
everything.
now if
Yeah.
I get somebody to come in and buy it, never mind that we're losing the community. And like I said, that was
Right.
about 10 years ago. We lost the community. And I'm going to share this one thing with you because I want people to know this. They have this saying that I think is so disgusting because somebody hit on this earlier. It says, if you feed them, you could lead them.
Yeah.
If they swallow, they will follow. So they done came up against the Black Panther movement when they was out here trying to feed people.
Yes.
Listen, everything that's happening to
Yes.
us is happening to us by design.
Yes.
But it's not just about racism. It's about the elite class of Black people who want to stay in that arena. And
Yes.
what's gonna, like, the what do you call it on the slave plantation? The overseer.
Yeah.
The overseer.
Yeah.
And so I got all the overseers mad at me. And I get why they mad, because they don't have no room for nobody else. They want to keep their little clique tight with that
And
includes
it
the
keeps the cycle
churches.
going. It keeps a repetitive cycle going that
Yeah,
doesn't
they
allow.
got strong ministers, churches, and these people, they got us feeling things, right, that we should be analyzing facts and
Right.
information about. But they have a like people will say, oh, I hate Trump. Why? You don't even really know. And you'll say something and you don't know the difference between the reality and propaganda. You understand? It's like, oh, how could you not vote for the Dems? Because I play ball. I don't want a boy on a girl's sports. Because I do believe in God. I think that God is good to have in the school because the kids is now just turning to weed, sex, shopping online, anything
Yes.
other than God. So why not God? Allah, give the kids some type of spiritual foundation. And it could be debated on what it is, but give them something that they know that they can call upon. Like, and our kids are out here in the street now.
Right.
And I don't even want to touch on, but I am real quick because since I got the mic a little bit, the main thing with me is the allowing of millions of illegal immigrants to come into this country, knowing that this land is our land, knowing that those treaties are still in place. But as long as we call ourselves African American, we are relinquishing our sovereign rights to this land. And so just in case we do come together and want to fight, that's why they was letting the MS-13 from over there in Venezuela to come here, because that would in turn be their military. And if you listen to Israel, even while they were bombing Palestine, they talked immensely about the biggest threat is the Black youth or the Black man.
Yes.
Remember they were saying that, and you were like,
Yep.
huh? Like, you in a whole war. Like, how you worried about us? But that's why, because they know who we are and we don't know who we are. But more and more of us are coming into understanding who we are. And we
Yes.
know that this is our land. And people will say, oh, well, Trump don't like us. People not paying attention. And I don't need you to like me.
I don't gotta like you to work with you.
I need the legislation. I don't need to be the love the Republicans. I just want to see who's going to do the most for us. And when I see people talking about our land rights and our birth rights to land, people don't even know what sovereignty is. They never even heard of the word. We just so messed up because the same people who controlling the land, even though it's our land, and they get to do it because the laws ain't right. We
Right.
were
Yep.
operating in the court system on
Right.
maritime law. Why
Right.
we on maritime law? That's
Right.
not our law. That's not the land.
That's not the land.
We're human.
We human beings, not stock.
You understand? And it be so much. I'm gonna bring the land this plane because, like I said, I could talk probably for 24 hours on it. But if women are not listening, because I don't even know what the hell they listening to. For real, like, and I love them, ladies, and I'm not talking about all of them. I'm gonna say it's a good maybe 15% that's like mentally on point where they need to be. Everybody else is caught up into this. We're gonna, we competing, or I've had like women actually tell me, well, I'm smarter than you. You may be, right? With the point that you said that. You may be, so we can still work together, right? Well, why would I come work with you and people not coming to work with me? Huh?
Right.
And I don't know what y'all men do. I don't know what y'all do with us, because I'm telling you, if we can't get along on a friend basis with each other, I can't imagine the
We know
day
what we
in
do to y'all. We just
and
not
the
having
day
the real
out.
we just not having the conversations. We actually know what we do to y'all. We know. As men, we really know.
Now I want to bring into the conversation is
where I'm going to go into classes.
Okay.
Whereas once we get a financial stability, we feel as though that don't exist.
Don't exist.
And I came across, of course, like I said, I deal with a lot of people. And this person came, of course, he's the other. He said to me, he says, well, Jamila, we're cool because they always separate us from them and those. So, nevertheless, I want to listen to the conversation. So, I want to hear it. He says, well, one thing I have to ask you is why, when y'all get money, y'all bring y'all children to us in our
Hmm.
communities when reality is all we're doing is teaching that the educated ones are the niggers.
Hmm.
I said, whoa, and you want to open up these conversations because you want to know what their conversations is. And then when you go around, us getting our financial stability, they say, oh, we don't want to be around black. And I say, whoa, do you know what your child in school is dealing with, being the third party person and don't even know they're being talked about?
Mm.
Because their parents are showing that it's not the ones that's in the urban areas that they're talking about. They are talking about the one that's the one child out of 30. And it's something whereas it's like building these children to understand that we know that your kid's growing up to like Johnny. And once it doesn't like Johnny, we mentally control your child. So we're teaching your kid how to kill you. And I was like, whoa. And I'm like, okay. It's one point of understanding how it's structured, design, how, they're going to give you a system. Whereas what I would say, the education system is not that it's better. It's just that in the second grade, they're teaching third grade. In the urban areas, second grade, they're teaching first.
Right.
So if we know these things, it's time for us to step up and teach second grade, third grade. And these are things whereas every community builds better amongst their own. And we
Yep.
have to come in understanding that, listen, I can watch and I look at it. Listen, you may be in them communities. You're paying $3,500 for mortgage. Only $1,000 is going to your principals. You are
Right.
living like a slave.
Right.
And a lot of people feel as though, oh no, everything is given to you. I watch and I look at the finances. Oh, well, why are you buying Camden? Why is the Chinese person here in Camden economically? We have to stop looking at these ways of thinking that we made it when reality is they understanding that we don't have anything.
We don't.
We
Yep.
don't have
We
anything.
don't have
And the
any.
debt and the debt part of, if you owe too much debt, I can't trust you because I already know what team you're going to play for.
Yep.
Exactly.
And that's where people got to understand that debt plays a part. It's not about, oh, look what I have. No, it's not. You have to be mindful that right now, like Sheila said, listen, when I tell you, they even looking to the point like, okay, you're spending money on weaves and nails. They're counting it to see how much we're being frivolous with our money. And
Yep.
then I have to come because I have dated outside my race. And by me dating outside my race, I was able to see the mindset of it. And the mindset was like, oh, well, I'm better than your guys. Whoa, hold on, wait. I'm not to say that's not why I did it. But another thing, what I also see is that, guess what? Every designer out here started from suits. Why are they making clothes like us? So everywhere a part of the world is looking like us. So don't ever take away from that. So
Right.
I feel as though, like I said, we need love. And that financial stability of saying that, oh, I'm not, listen, we look at Oprah, we look at everyone still go through it. So we have to understand what investment is and investing in our own. That's what we have to do. And stop thinking that the outside is better because I sit and watch and look at it. And all they say is that long as y'all disconnected, I can steal from y'all even more.
Yep.
Oh, yup.
Yep.
Yup. That's a perfect thing. But see, when we learn how to actually, like, these conversations are so important, but being able to take an action and have a solution based action behind it is necessary too, right? So from this conversation, we could, as a collective, each of us have something uniquely that we bring to this platform, right? And I think that if we utilize this in all forms and areas, right, we can actually start to build our own capacity, our own volume, our own revenue, and things of that nature, which will allow us to encompass other people, right, and begin an actual process of collective thinking that offers dialogue and feedback like we're having right now, which is so important right now because there are probably there's probably somebody out there that's listening right now that probably don't know how to come to somebody for help. They don't
Mm.
know what avenue to take. They don't know what road to take. And I think that we have to be able to find a road that's being offered that's also inviting, right?
Right.
That allows them to be able. Because even us as men,
we have such a hard time trusting a woman because of a lot of things that we have been through when we come through a woman, or some of us is just so compacted as men, all together, that we don't allow that. And I think that's part of our structure too, that we have to start to learn, right? Because we can't scream that a submissive woman is a submissive man, but yet we're still compacted on the inside that don't allow us to trust her, but we want her to trust us. And I think we need to start having those types of critical conversations, because I think that's the part where the women feel like when they hear that word, that automatically assumes like they gotta be obedient like a dog or something like that.
Right.
Yeah, but some of it I would say with the single parent and raising sons, where they start to not trusting very early, whereas it wasn't the girlfriend. It was seeing a lifestyle of an unhealthy mother. And then it plays into the baby mothers that they choose. And then they have to see exactly. And it's hard when you have to say, it's my parent that started like the, and not when I say started the unhealthiness, but kept something going on that they couldn't identify. You understand? And then later on you talk about it, and, you know, some of them hiding, but like, oh, well, I went through it. And it's like, whoa, does that mean that because you went through it, it was okay? You understand, having that conversation of saying, you know what, I went through it, I learned it, and it wasn't right. And I apologize.
But it
And
carries
that's a
though.
big thing.
But I think that's the thing. I think that's the problem that happens, right? It carries on and it becomes baggage because now antennas are up, going into something newly, right? Where it, like me personally, I become offensive to it because I know I'm not that type of person. So when I see that type of delivery coming in, it brings a certain type of attitude. It brings a certain type of, it just brings all a certain type of aura with that person, because it doesn't allow a genuine foundation to even formalize, if that makes sense, right? Because already there's a perception coming in because of the mistrust or the previous baggage or the previous things that one has dealt with, right? And it's being spilt and carried over into the new foundational relationship, and it's not allowing. So as soon as something happens, it could be like boom, it's going to blow up, and then it ends very fastly, right? Or it's drug out and it's no longer about the foundational building, where it's more about the physical aspect of it. So ladies, I think y'all could talk to that. I mean, what do y'all have to say to that? Because that's a big struggle for a man who actually wants to do the right thing. Because like Deanie said earlier, like we the type of men that do open the doors. We the type of men that do handle our responsibilities. We are the providers and the protectors, but it just seems like we have to endure so much in order for us to be able to win over, so to speak.
I go back to stating that a lot of these females are being taught that the outside beauty is what matters, and it's not.
They
And
delusional.
that inside beauty is what matters. And I come from a woman, I mean, as anyone would say, like, yeah, I'm an attractive female. And I have to go through life understanding, with me being that perception of, oh, if she's shaped like this is how she is. She has to be a gold digger. She has to be these things. So instead of showing someone love, they more so attacking because they're thinking of their perception. And reality is, the main thing what it's about is character. It's about character. And that's what we're losing at. But that whole outer beauty that's coming out is not allowing anyone to give chance. Another thing that I see with the internet, I'm seeing that, you know, the hardest thing, it's not even about your time, it's about your turn. Everyone is trying to have a turn. And
Yeah.
it's really about time. Oh, we could get rid of this, we can get rid of that. No, we need time so we can be able to differentiate. But now everyone's like, oh, something don't go my way. Oh, it's time to turn another page. We're not getting anything. All we're doing is leaving cracks unfilled, and we're not building. And that
Yo,
is where we're going to have to start breaking down
yo,
these houses and going through this thing, the understanding that, listen, baby, I'm named it Satin House because where are you building that block that is
yo.
unhealthy for you?
Jamila is getting heated. Listen to
And
this comment based off what you said. She said, "How can you love the opposite sex when you've never seen love in your home and your upbringing? How do you recognize that in a relationship when you'll get what you'll get is the triggers that you've seen in you and your upbringing that causes conflict in a relationship with the opposite sex." Interesting comment right there.
And you can
now,
can I plug in a piece really
Sure.
quick with that too? like a lot of women, grown women, because like I said, I'm 53, so I'm talking to women is like 55 and up. These women will tell, and I know they telling the young girls because they have told me, oh, if a man ain't making six figures, why would you be talking to him? Like I got like, okay, first of all, let me just say real quick, my grandfather that raised me, he wasn't a six-figure man. He was a great dad person for me. So like I'm seeing this guy now, which I think he is so dope. Just he's just so incredible, right? None of my friends don't like him because where does he work? Is he making money? He was working on construction, but he not working out. Something happened. But why y'all all so on that? Like, why you so worried about what kind of money he got? See, I make money for both. Like what? Like I mean, like, and don't get me wrong, I'm not excusing no man from being, a provider, doing what he need to do. But it can't be all about that because that is not what defines a man, whether or not he got six figures. Because if I'm in and not making that kind of money, you mean to tell me that by him fixing things in the house and
Right.
him being a protector, like those things are not valued. So, like I said, the women, and this is not all women, but I'm saying it's way too many, and it's the older women that are pushing these narratives into the younger women. Like, I know you ain't. I'm just keeping it a buck. Like these
Right.
little get together. Like, oh, I know you ain't sleeping. Like, what is he paying some bill? Like, what is he doing? Why are you asking me that? Why are you not worried about how he's treating me? Because I know a lot of women with guys that's giving us. I done been with guys that spent buku money taking me places. That don't mean they treated me right. I remember
Because
one time a guy gave me a Movado watch. I was like, oh, this is fly. It was a Gucci watch. I'm sorry. When I stopped by for him to run in the house to grab something, he had 5 more Gucci watches in there to give to somebody else. And so my thing is, like, yo, you can't put everything on a value of money. And I think people do that today. And again, who's controlling that propaganda? Who's controlling that messaging, right? You look at Love and Hip Hop, right? And all of this stuff. And then, oh, look at the lavish lifestyles. I live in a macaroni and cheese box with my man. Let me tell you something. It's about me being happy. And if I ain't happy, I don't care if you got money or broke, then we ain't nothing happening. But yeah, I think that a conversation at some point needs to be centered around what women are like, because this doesn't really get talked about. But women are really like you could be getting money out of, you better talk to somebody, like, and it's a way of thinking. Like even my son was like, yo, where he work at? Like, and I'm like, and don't get me wrong, it plays a role, but it can't play the only role. Like a man gotta stop, and this is my opinion, you know what I'm saying, being looked at as just what you could do for me.
yeah, a man ain't nothing unless he provide. That's the new narrative
And
now.
that's listen,
If you
but
can't provide, you're worthless. You ain't a man. You ain't making six figures. I can't sit home and just, be online like I'm a stay-at-home girlfriend and my man's out getting all the money and I'm just home spending his money. This is the narrative everybody want to paint. Like you said, they want the love of hip hop. All this shit that's poisoning their
That's
brain.
fake.
That's not reality. It's not
right.
reality because only 1% of the world is rich. People don't even understand only 1%. Right, so the average man in his 40s, the average makes I think like 50 grand a year.
Ooh, look
That's the
what somebody
statistic.
put. Damn.
That's the statistic. That's reality.
I want to get back to what she said though.
It,
She want to know. She says, how can you love the opposite sex? Like I think she wants some clarity, like what to look for, like because if it's affecting us as good men, right? And we coming across this because they don't see, right? They don't see, like they see us, but they don't see us, right? And it's very hard for them. And I think she's looking for some clarity on her. She wants to know. She says, how can you love the opposite sex when you never seen love in your home and you haven't seen it in your upbringing? How do you recognize that in a relationship, which you'll get? And she goes on to say that what you'll get is triggers that you've seen in your upbringing that causes conflict in a relationship with the opposite sex. So I think she wants clarity on that. Like, how does she recognize that? And I think I wanna dabble into it even more too, because I want to understand it as a man because it's triggering me because it's like how you don't see me differently than what the fuck you was used to dealing with.
right.
It
I just
depends on what you're like. I'll give you a perfect example, right? We're gonna use somebody that's real controversial. Lil Wayne? Because he's not so eye friendly, right? But he has all of these beautiful kids' mothers, and you're like, oh my God, what do they see in him? You know what? Somewhere, and somebody mentioned earlier about a woman want to be in a car with a killer. And I might be wrong, right? Because I don't have all the answers. But as a woman, I think what it is that women want to feel protected. And sometimes good men are synonymous with being safe men. And like I said, I don't have all the answers. I just, you know what I'm saying? And so you don't always feel so protected with a safe man. Like, he want to be safe. Don't say this, don't do that. Like, I wouldn't want a man to tell me, don't do this, don't do that. And I think that is the thought process. Like, if you do too much, like, then I can't keep you safe. I want to do what I want to do. If I want to fight the power, and I was doing that before I met you, I don't want you to come in my life and be like, pipe down a little bit, because no, if it's too hot in this kitchen, you need to go in somebody else's house in their kitchen. So I don't know. I think that it's not that we want to be with a killer, right? If y'all saw Roots, this is a perfect example. Remember the guy who came through when Kizzy was full adult and she was going to get married to the guy, but then she ended up not marrying him. And he was like, why wouldn't you marry that man? And because he was under control of that white guy. And for me, that's a deal breaker. That is a deal. If I see you like you're in control of other guys, I don't care. It could be a OG, a gang member. It could be a politician. You floundering around. Some of these people, like, they were at one point so in love with the mayor that we had here. It don't matter what he did wrong. These guys, to this day, you will see them dressed like him. I never seen this many men with suits on and sneakers. They are looking for something. And I think that women are looking for something, right? And depending on the woman, that might be a different thing. Some women are looking for money, some women are looking for security, some women are looking for protection. It depends. On some women are looking just for a good dad for their families. Everybody is different. You probably just gotta, just keep hunting out there until you see what you like, what's for you. And I think you gotta learn to love yourself first.
Yeah.
Like, because most men, look at all the men who grew up, right, who didn't have a dad, but they're like super dads to their children. So it doesn't just have to be the trigger, because I didn't see what a good dad looks like, I'm not going to be a good dad. No, it comes from within. If you love yourself, right, you're going to treat other people how you want to be treated. So if you know that you didn't like, that your dad didn't treat you good, you're going to treat your child good. Why would you voice that same type of traumatic stuff on? You understand what I'm saying? So I don't know. I think that to each his own. I think that sometimes we are guilty of, and this is men and women, of, you will see different people, but really those different people are the same people. If that makes sense. Like, I was talking to a guy who didn't even finish high school, and I was talking to a guy who probably had a master's in college, right? But they was both narcissistic. They were both a little bit abusive. So I had to learn and look at myself. Well, what is it that I'm doing that I'm attracting narcissists? And what I found is that I'm an empath. So I'm very much, I feel everything, and I'm a giver. So I was becoming attracted to takers. So like I said, you always have to get to know yourself, because who I was when I got married at 28 is not who I was when I got divorced at 48. So I feel like I developed and grew in certain areas, and my mate may not. I'm not saying that he didn't grow, but you know what I'm saying? He didn't grow where I was in certain areas. So sometimes you just are different from people. Like, you could get up one day and be a totally different person. But the other person still acting like they did from when they was 20 years old. And that's not what you into no more. So you don't want to be there. And like he said, then the person, oh, I don't want you to let you see your kids. I don't want you to, I'm going to be mean. If you go to I don't want to say the witch doctor, but it's a little place for those of you who live in Newark, over on Market Street, where the crabs come from. I'm always going over there to get crabs. But they have a little black magic thing going over there. That lot be packed with females in there trying to get men back for whatever they feel the man did to them. And let me tell you something. They call themselves witches. That's another thing that's big, that's rotating. They are idolizing the whole witch thing. And I'm not gonna say that came from Beyonce totally, but it's, again, the older women are teaching the witchcraft, because the men won't mind them. A lot of women say they want a man, but a real man comes with some boundaries and some instructions. But we are used to having men that do what I say, do what I say, do what I say. And then so when you get a man that's not gonna do what you say, it's like, oh shit, I don't like him. Like, I'm just being honest. Like I said, I don't have all
Mm-hmm.
the answers, but I see the things even in myself that I try to work on. And so like the guy that I'm seeing now, he got a lot of little rules and stuff, and I'd be like, but I'd be like, damn, he be right though. So
Right.
you know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Which brings me to this point, because Marlon says, and I let you, Deanie and Shamila weigh in on this, but it leans
Yeah.
into what Marlon is saying. He says, how many black women don't trust black men to lead? Both genders are side eyeing each other.
This
Mm-hmm.
is true.
No, that's true.
I ain't
That's
got all the
true.
answers. I want to hear some.
No,
Yeah, let me hear.
I just basically feel like, bro, like the piggyback on what she said is just like our upbringing, right? We can't go off like live our whole life off of how we was raised with our parents, right? We can't be sheltered with that because everybody is different. Like you said, we all evolve, evolution. So we all evolve as different people. So my mom, my dad, they was very argumentative, right? Arguing like a motherfucker. We could be eating, we could be eating Sunday breakfast in the morning. They arguing, fucking plate fly across the room, right? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like for real. So
Nah.
my mom's right. I don't like a woman that's argumentative because that's
Right.
how my mom was,
Right.
right? I can't date an argumentative woman.
Right.
That's why all women be like, yo, you so nonchalant. I'm not gonna argue because I seen with my parents that shit ain't get them nowhere because everybody just going off emotion. He trying to get his point across. She trying to get her point across. It's not getting nowhere, right? We had a stalemate. It's not getting nowhere. So me, at the end of the day, I would just I'll walk out the room first, like before I argue. Then I'll come back and collect myself because I don't want to say nothing that's wrong. Like at the end of the day. So me, I can't. My mom would say, she be like, my son would say it all the time. You don't want no woman like me, and I don't. I'm sorry. In certain
Right.
ways, I
Right.
can't because I seen how you did my which was my stepdad, but he raised me since I was 1. You was with me since I was 1 until I was 17, so that's my father. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's my
That's
bonus
right.
dad. I still got my other, but that's my bonus dad. But I see you took that man through torture. He did some shit too, but so I'm like, damn, like I don't feel like he deserved that type of shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day,
Yeah.
like,
Right.
you know what I mean? And
Right.
so it's kind of hard for me. And I'm gonna be honest, like, first time I didn't see my dad cheating on my mom. First time I found out about infidelity, I'm cutting school. My mom come in, because my mom worked at the high. My mom come in. I think I was in Hatch. So I hide behind my motherfucking bedroom door. I hear my mom on the phone talking to her side piece. That shit had me like in despair. Right? You gotta know, only man I ever knew in my life was my stepdad. Like, you
Right.
understand what I'm saying? Since I
Right.
was
Right.
1. That's
Right.
the
Right.
only man I ever seen. Like, you know what
Right.
I mean? So once that came into play and came into effect, I had trust issues a little bit with women.
Right.
From then.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Yo,
a
it's funny you said that, bro. Check this out. Let me show you how frequency works. Because listen to what Renee said. She said, but it comes from the home. It comes from the structure which they were brought up in. And she goes on to say, and is what I'm saying is when it's not that family structure, this is what you take with you into your relationships until you learn different.
right.
Because look, even what you said, yo, even after seeing that infidelity, right, and hearing that, and how livid or how confusing you was, right? Even as you got older as a man, you took that into your relationship. Like, yo, I
Mm-hmm.
don't really trust no woman like that. And look, you even
Mm-hmm.
said it yourself. You said, yo, I don't really trust. I don't trust no woman like that. Cause at the end of the day, yo, that happened, right? And so I think, and that's part of what I'm saying too. Like what's happening, cause you a good dude, and you anybody on this thing will say, yo, that's a good man right there. Anybody would say that, right? So, bottom line is this right here. That's what's happening with the women. Like they gotta carry everything that they've been through
True.
over
Mm-hmm.
to us, and
Yep.
then we gotta chisel through it in order for them to see our pureness and our genuinity as men. And
Mm-hmm.
I think that's like even you admitting that as a man, right? Even you saying that as a man. I think that's gonna be part of a growth thing for you as part as
That's
for me
part of
too.
me growing, bro. You know how hard it was me sitting
Yo,
down to be that transparent
yeah,
with
oh
that,
yes,
but
yeah, oh yeah,
it's a part of me healing, right?
yes,
I'm
yes,
to the point in my life where, bro, I got to heal. right? Because I can't give my kids everything, all the information and all the knowledge if I'm not healed as a healed man. We got to heal ourselves first, bro. But that's why we jumping in these relationships and both parties aren't healed. Everybody's still going through traumatic trauma from their past relationships and traumatic trauma from when you was growing up. We haven't let that go yet, right? So that's why we taking all this with us, right?
Yes.
So when it might be a bad traumatic experience we had with our mom or our dad and our significant others do something that trigger that experience that we had with them, so it makes us relive the whole thing all over again. It makes us relive it all over again. Who wants to relive a traumatic experience, right?
Yes.
So somehow we just gotta, like she said, we gotta pick and choose because everybody ain't the same. You got good people out here, right?
Right.
We can't just go into everything thinking everybody is the same type of person because they aren't. So me, until you show me otherwise, I take it for face value until you show me otherwise. Right? Until you show me the type of person that you are. Now, once you show me, it's up to me if I want to deal with you or if I don't want to deal with you. Right. I'm going to lay back, right? Because they can say a smart man can play dumb, but a dumb man can't play smart at the end of the day.
No, he cannot.
So I'm going to lay back. I'm going to play possum. I'm going to play dumb. That's one of my biggest strengths, right? I'm going to let you hang yourself. But believe, but I'm a Capricorn. I'm 10 steps ahead of you. Trust and believe that.
I like the way you think, man.
Back, bro,
and that's what I always try to do.
I'm observant, bro. I'm sharp. I'm observant. I'm gonna bring through so many life trials and tribulations. You know what I'm saying? Man. We come from the street, and some of that shit just ain't never gonna leave me at the end of the day, right?
Yes, hey, man, you hear me?
I tell her I'm the best of both worlds. I'm street smart and book smart. I tell her about that in the minute. You getting both when you're dealing with this nigga.
Yes, bro.
Whatever you want to do.
That's what I love, bro. That's why, yo, Ding, I love you, bro.
And talk to the CFO, the COO, as I have done. I'm gonna do.
Yo, I fuck with him. Yo, I love him. Yo, I love him because at the end of the day, these are the type of conversations that should be happening, right? They should be raw. Like they should be unapologetic at points, right? Because some of this stuff we just not having real conversations about.
We having a real
You know what? Can I say something else to that really quick?
Sure.
I think that some women, not all, right, don't know what a real man is. Like we get told by so many different spaces that, oh, if he's not, and usually by women, right, who don't have a man, oh, he should be doing this, he should be doing that, and da 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 da, right? But the reason, like I said, that I'm seeing the guy that I'm seeing is not because of my women friends, it's because of my son. Like I said, he was like telling me stuff to do, and I'm like, why is he telling me that? I'm like, oh, he kind of bossy, like what? And my son was like, no, my son was like, no, ma. He said, if he's taking out the time to pour into you, that means he care about you. I'm like,
there we go.
I said, oh, and I was ready to like cancel this guy because I don't know, and so I know other women might not know either. I didn't grow up with brothers. My dad was very a passive older guy, really nice. So I don't know. Like I only know what girls can't really tell you about how to get a man if they don't have no man. Even if they have a man, maybe the man just loved them because. So every formula is not the same. So I just said that to say that I think maybe sometimes women don't know. We know what we want, but we don't know probably how to get it or maybe what we need. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what we need from what we want. So I don't know. Just some thoughts I wanted to plug into that.
No. I can agree with that. And we also got to stop, you know what I'm saying, like just going off what we like, right? People always go off the outer, what they like, not even knowing how that person is in the inside, right? Because they're going on because he's handsome, he's cute, he's 6 foot, you know what I'm saying? All this aesthetic, like you said, right?
Yeah.
But does he have good character? Does he come from a family with morals and value? Was he raised right? Was he raised with his mom? Was she a good mom? Or was she a drug addict? You know what I'm saying? Like these are all the variables that go into, you don't know how people came up.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? So you got to know, like certain women, they never seen a real man in their life. They never had their dad to sit down and talk to them and give them the game. Like I always tell my daughters, right? When I talk to you, I'm talking to you from a man and from your father, right? I'm talking from a man's perspective. So I'm going to tell you how men think, right? And I'm telling you from your father's perspective. And I'm telling you from a man that was every age that you are right now, that you're going through, right?
Yeah.
I was a man that was 15. I was a man that was 18. I was a man that was 21. So every age that you're going through, the men you're dealing with, I can tell you because I was once one of them. And I'm your dad, and I'm not going to tell you nothing wrong because I love you more than any man you ever in your life.
And so maybe that's a big issue that many of us don't have men.
They don't have that. They missing that. A lot of girls, they missing that, and they look for that father figure in a man. Most women look, that's why they call them daddy. Why do you think most women, they call them daddy? They are looking for that male figure that they never had, that they was yearning for as a little girl. They looking for that. They're looking for that. They're looking for that love. They're looking for that feeling. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
That's true.
little girls are, it's just genetics. Girls are daddy's girls, and boys are mama's boys. That's
Yeah.
Let
how
me
it
ask
is.
you this. Do you think that women, as a man, both of you, do you think that women should be telling their daughters or telling their sons, don't settle down with any woman while you're young, that you should see a whole bunch of women? What are your thoughts on that?
No, not me.
No.
No. But I tell
No.
my son, right? And I tell my son this. He's 16, he be 17, August 12th, right? And I say, son, this is something that I always told. I got two sons, one 24, he's 17. I said, there's a gift and a curse with us, right? It's easy for us to get women. I said, learn from your dad. I got 4 baby moms. 4. I got 4 kids, 4 baby moms. I said, I don't never want y'all to be like me at the end of the day. Once you get a good woman that you got, like I tell my son right now, he has a good girlfriend. He's been with her for like 4 years. My 17-year-old, I said, bro, she pushes you to be great, right? She's not partying. She's saying, let's go study, right? When you're doing the wrong thing, she's making you go work out, right? I said, that's the one you want because, son, y'all were friends first, right? So right now, if y'all have y'all relationship from, 14 to 15, till y'all, all the way till y'all graduate college, get married, they are the best relationships that last because y'all were friends first, son, right? She wants your best interest at heart. She wants you for you. Fuck all these other girls because she's pretty, she this, you play football, she think you handsome, you know, you look nice. Or she looking at all the outer shit, right? All the other shit. Your girlfriend love you because of you. I said, you got to look at where she come from. Your girlfriend, mom or dad, they're married. So she see her mom being a wife, not a girlfriend. She see her mom not running around with multiple men. Like I call my son, right? This is the conversation I have with my boys. Like you don't see her mom running around with multiple men. You see her in the house with her dad. So she's going to know how to cater and be to her husband. She's going to know how to treat a man. This is the one that you want. I know you're young right now. I'm not telling you, you know, you want to explore, but when you got somebody good, take it from your dad. And certain people I wish I could get back.
Yes,
right?
sir.
Now that I'm older and I see
Yes, sir.
that was good, that was real good for you, right?
Yep.
But you push them away some type of way as a man from the flaws that I was lacking, right? Once we admit that, and I tell them, I don't want you to be like that, son. I don't want you to be like that. I
Bro,
want you to contain.
ain't a motherfucking thing when you gotta look yourself in that mirror and peel back your own layer and say you ain't the shit like you think you are. You understand what I'm saying, man? And to answer that question, like, see me, I came from a lifestyle, you know, multiple women. You know, that's my lifestyle. That's what I've been into. But I also saw a structure coming up with a mother and a father who were married. So while some women were teaching their children to date men who only had money and stuff like that. They ain't had nothing to offer. My mother was teaching me to not deal with them type of women. You get what I'm saying? She was teaching me not to look out for them. So I always overlooked them women anyway because I automatically knew at the end of the day it was going to be about what I could do for them. You understand? But now when it came to learning who I was in the physical form, right, when I'm physically active, right, is when the feelings started to become more of a issue to me now that I'm older versus a person seeing naturally the genuinity in the person I am as a man. And when that's attached to the relationship, I think what ends up happening to answer your question is that's what spirals the mind to say, I'm going to date multiple people, or I'm going to do this, or I'm going to do that until I see. Would I suggest that to a daughter? Absolutely not, because I know how grimy men are. See, I know what we are. I know. That's why I always tell her, I be like, yo, there's only 2 reasons men cheat. I always say this. I said it because, one, we want our cake, we dogs, we want our cake to eat it too, or something about you. Is it right? No, but these are the things that push a man out the door. And if you're not addressing those things, right, and he keep telling you over and over and over again, if you're not addressing those things, then that ultimately what leads to his infidelity. That ultimately leads to him. But what I don't like in the process of all that is that when it's a married man, the ring comes off, right? He lays down, he bees with her, he gets her entangled emotionally. Then he tells her, physically, he gets her entangled. Then he tells her he's married, right? And he doesn't give her a right to choose. You understand? So as a man that I'm striving to be, right, not the fuck boy I was,
You understand what I'm saying? Is what forces the moral accountability to say no. I would say no. I'm more so for pushing for that longevity thing, because that's the ultimate push in love. So I never agree with people who sit up there and say they comfortable being by themselves. It's not why
Right.
we were not created for that purpose.
Right.
But but like you said, if the fathers are not telling the daughters that, right? And the daughters are meeting guys thinking like, like he said, you see daddy, but these guys is just out to score. Before long, it mushrooms, right? And so you got a lot of women that were taken advantage of, right? And they're hurt and trauma, based abuse and things that happen unintentionally or intentionally. Now you got a mess on your hands. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's how our community is. And I think that I don't know. I think that a podcast would be good. I
Yeah.
think that, being able to, have people to listen in and comment, even from little things like heated discussions. Like my friend, right? He's very passionate. So we got this thing. I said, instead of getting so mad, let's say pineapples. And that means that we gotta totally not talk
Tone it
about that
down a little bit.
conversation.
Right.
No,
Right.
we gotta
Right,
leave it on
makes
the
sense.
table.
Gotta leave
Because
it
I be
alone.
like,
Right. Gotta leave it on the
pineapples.
table. And
And
I'm
and
learning
he
how to
know,
do that, right?
yeah,
I'm
he
really
know he
learning how to
gotta
do that.
stop. And I know I gotta stop because now
Yes.
we can't talk about it no more if somebody called pineapples, right? I don't
Yeah.
like it. So
Right.
and it allows us to calm down. Well, he's really like he's just really passionate about things. He
Mm-hmm.
like y'all, like
Like
he's
me,
passionate about
you
things,
get
but
mad, and people take that the wrong way sometimes.
like I said, you got to figure out what works for you and your relationships because they're different. But to that married part, these married men need to stop because they out here on the stage more than the single men. You can't get into the single men for the married men out here, and it's
Yes.
Because
like,
people getting married for the wrong reasons. I didn't mean to cut you off. Like, right?
no,
Marriage
go
back
ahead.
in marriage back in the day was really off for genuine love. Like, cause I love this person. I don't care what I'm gonna stick with you through thick and thin. Right? I don't give a fuck. We eating a loaf of bread every day. I ain't going nowhere. Now people that's married because they got kids. Right? The economy's so high now. Everybody need a partner. So everybody really like roommates. Right? I'm gonna marry this person because I can financially gain more. I can get over the hump more. Is a secret motive with marriage nowadays. It's not genuine. And most girls, I feel like, just want to get married. They don't even really know the essence of marriage. They just want to say, I got a ring on my finger and I got a husband. They just want to be able to say the word husband, but
Right.
don't know what it entails to be a wife to a husband. It's more than just saying, I got a ring on my finger and I got a husband. It's more than that. It's
Right.
more than that shit. A
It's
wife
way
comes
more.
with being a lot. It comes with, if he got kids, accepting his children. If you got kids, him accepting your children. Y'all come
Come on.
as one unit, right? Because my stepdad, he didn't separate. When he met my mom, he had one son, right? He didn't say, these are my stepsons. These are my sons,
Right.
right? When we was all together, we was a family. Like,
That's
you know what
right.
I'm saying? At the end of the day. So we got to get back there, bro, to the traditional ways to live, bro.
Yeah,
There's
I
nothing
really
wrong.
agree.
Women really feel like a man's supposed to pay 100% of the bills, right? Which is nothing wrong with that. We providers, right? But I feel like it depends on y'all circumstance at the time. If we building something, you my wife, and I got ambition, I got aspirations, you know what I'm trying to accomplish, you know what I'm trying to build, you're gonna hold me back more by expecting me to do everything. That's gonna stop me from attaining my goals.
That's right.
So right now, at this time, if it gotta be, I'm paying 60% and you paying 40 to help me obtain that to where though I'm gonna be paying 100%, then bro, that's what we gotta do.
Yo,
I heard
I
this
agree.
lady said this. She said, yo, I was making more than my husband, right? But he was the one with the vision. He was the one with the goal, with the brain, right? So, know what I did? I held my husband down until he got to where he'd be able, I ain't gotta work a day in my life. She said, now he buy me all the Gucci bags I want because I held him down. I seen his vision. I believed in him. I didn't because I gotta help him pay this fucking mortgage this month to keep a roof over both our fucking head and these fucking kids, not just the man. You know what I'm saying? A man gotta go through a fucking lot, bro, when you're a real man.
That's right.
You get your gratification out of taking care of your family. Women don't understand that.
That's
what
right.
makes me happy as a man.
That's right.
Happy as a man is getting gratification that I know I can take care of my kids.
Because
and
if
my
I don't
fucking
feel
family.
needed in the relationship, then why am I here?
Exactly.
Why am I here?
So
Like
as a
there
man,
has to be some sort of value of why the fuck I'm here.
we always want to get better. So if we got to work with each other right now just to accomplish that goal, because baby, it may be a time where though you ain't got to pay shit. I'm paying a whole 100. But right now, if I got to go 50-50, Or you might got to go 80, and I might got to go 20 right now because you know what the fuck I'm trying to do and I'm trying to accomplish. But I'm showing you. I'm not just talking. You see, I'm showing you.
That's
I'm
right,
showing you what
bro.
I'm trying to do. You see what
That's
this shit
right.
come? This shit come with sacrifice, bro.
And I think that's where it's at,
Well,
where it's
on
hitting at
both
for me.
parties, not just one party. Now tell
And
the
that's where
story,
it's
bro.
hitting at for me,
I
bro.
want to cut you out just one time, right? And I go with cultures. Remember, my brother used to live in the projects up north, bro. Right? I seen a bull. He taking his engine, this Mexican bull. He taking the engine out the car. Guess who was helping them take that engine out that car? The whole family. The wife was under there passing him tools. Both of the kids was under there because nobody's bigger than the program. Right? You see, any other nationality, when you go in them stores, you go on Donna Queen in the morning, from the grandmom to the mom to the dad, everybody's in there playing their part because we
Come
got this
on.
one common goal. It's not just on a man.
That's
A man
right.
can't fucking do everything.
That's
This shit
right.
come with everybody. It's a conglomerate. If we really trying to reach for the stars and be above average, a man can't fucking do everything, bro. At the end of the day, it comes with the whole sacrifice of the whole family.
Now,
If your wife is a team player, and I'm saying you don't be no fuck nigga because women want a man that's going to lead and lead by example, right? Not just don't talk about it. You got to step. You got to be about it. And I feel like if you got a man that's a stepper and he just ain't reached his full potential yet, there's nothing wrong with you helping him get to that full potential because once he gets to that full potential, it's going to alleviate so much burden off of all y'all, right? Because
now,
at the end of the day, a man want to take care of a woman, right? Our money goes into our family. So at the end of the day, once my money coming to the family, now you can do whatever you want with your money for real, for real. Once I get to where I want, I don't give a fuck, man. I'm gonna give you the option. You want to work, you don't want to work. You know what I mean? Because that's how I want to be with my wife. If I'm able to afford everything, I'm gonna give you the option. Because some women don't want to lay around. You got some women that want to bring something to the table, so they don't feel like a leech, right? Because every dominant man, every king, they had a strong woman by their side.
And believe
That's how
me,
you
she called
elevate.
some motherfucking shots. And
She
she
called a
called
shot
them shots because he understood who she was to him, the value in her.
because women see certain things that you don't see as a man.
That's
Like they
right.
do. They bring certain ideas to you, like, oh shit, babe, damn, I wasn't thinking about that. Because our brains, our frequencies, man, we deal on different frequencies at the end of the day. So we complement each other, bro. One
That's
don't
right.
work without the other. I don't care
It
what
doesn't.
nobody say. One
It
don't
does
work
now,
not.
without the other.
It does not,
hello.
and I think they have to I think they have to understand that. Allow us, like we're not trying to tell, because a lot of these women think we're trying to tell them what to do, and we're not trying to tell you what to do. It's that we either had experiences in our life that we have seen. We are either revisiting something that we already had gone through before, or we see something down the road that you don't see. So it's important that. That's why the
Right.
communication has to be there where two people can be able to communicate effectively. That's just like I don't like you ever notice like when we have a conversation with grown ass women, you know when they talking, we just automatically be quiet.
Right.
You know so how
Right.
we always do that. And I try to tell people that I deal with in relationships, I think you have to apply that same principle when you don't agree with each other.
Right.
Because when you just speaking to be heard versus speaking to each other or going back and forth with each other just to make a point, your point's not being had anyway. He don't want to hear what the fuck you got to say anyway. It's going to one ear out the other because you're yelling and screaming, right? And she don't want to hear what the fuck you got to say because she think you just want to be fucking right, and you're not listening to her feelings. And
Right.
at the end of the day, as the man, it's always our job to secure their fucking feelings, regardless, bro. This is why they're emotional the way they are. So I think as a man, we got to put more in the practice of speaking more and pouring more into our women too and lifting them. Like, because yeah, they like to hear they beautiful. They like to hear stuff like that, yo. But they also like the fact that we can teach them something, yo. That
Right.
something
No,
that
for
they don't
sure.
already
They want
know.
to be taught. Yeah, exactly.
You
For sure.
understand? Something that they don't already know.
Definitely.
They don't like that
Definitely.
redundant shit. It's like
I
kind
Definitely.
of like what we hearing from them in the inbox. As you notice across the timeline, they tired of hearing dudes be like, "What are you doing?"
Right.
That's one day. What's up?
But my rebuttal to that, though, bro, is this, right? You know, like you said, I'll be always seeing on these shows and these podcasts, you know, and they ask them, what do they want? What is their dream man or what is the qualities you want every man? There's always, you got to make 100, 250,000. He got to do like, you never in your life had a man that even made that much, right? At the end of the day. None of your baby dads ever even amounted up to none of that shit. So where's all these expectations coming from? Where do you get this from? And and the women always say, well, I hate when a man asks me what I bring to the table. Like a quality man that's on top of his shit and works so hard to get where he at, he has the right to ask you, what are you? Because you're gonna ask him, what the fuck can you do for me, right? So why
That
can't
I
I
ain't
have a
already
man?
doing for my motherfucking self.
So why can't me as a man have them same concerns as a woman? What? Just because you got a BBL and a fat ass and you put makeup on in the wig, you the baddest bitch and I'm supposed to give you the world. This is what you're telling me.
I don't cook, I don't clean. Let me tell you how I
tell
got
every
this.
woman, right? Sometimes we gotta like watch what we wish what we ask for. Because what millionaire nigga you got know they got one of anything.
Yeah.
That go for a woman as well.
Because that's why you gotta understand. So why we getting offended then, since we want to go there? Why we getting offended when the women say when the women got 5 different men for 5 different things then?
Right, we ask with this, right? Because you're gonna get bored I'm gonna get bored with you at the end of the while, right? Because everybody got a fat ass now, right? Everybody all y'all women want to be pretty. So with so many of y'all out here, what makes you stand out from the rest of them? What's gonna make me stand out and give you my all as a man? Besides your ass, your fake ass that you got, in your makeup and your wig and shit. What else you gonna give me? I love intellect. If I can sit down and have an intellect, you got me. You got me captivated. If I can sit down and I love a woman that has intellect.
Yeah, man.
That's smart. I got this business. Can you write this invoice for me? Huh? Can you type this purchase order up for me?
Yeah.
A certain thing. Can you research for me? It's the small things that we appreciate.
Yes.
That's what I'm looking for. Fuck all that other shit. Sex.
It don't make me feel like at the end of the day that my value is only in what I give you versus who I am as a man, that you see me, right? And then like remove the physical part, because that's all part of the nature of it, right? So if you getting caught up in the physical aspect of me, then you missing every important part of me that's a good man. You feel me?
Because now, I have don't want to. They don't want to know that part.
Oh, go ahead, Jamila.
They don't. Go ahead, Jamila. I'm sorry, Jamila. My bad.
Now, one thing I'm going to say that, like, going back to it, is knowing that the culture that we picked up a culture of Western civilization, and a lot of people understand. Reality is our culture. Give it just a little bit. When you go back into the Western movies, even though they changed the color of the Western movies, what do you see in the Western movies? You don't see where it's just the man. Actually, the man taught the woman everything. So when he goes out, that woman is making sure the family has the skills. But overall, they're all together. It's not no one that's saying it's one is better than the other. It's actually making that woman stronger versus that woman making that man stronger, because when he comes home, I feel as though our biggest thing is taking on a culture that we don't understand. That's where it comes in, saying that, oh, the man's supposed to be this, the man's supposed to be that. And we also see today with society where men feel as though if they're not financially at a certain point, that they're taken away from their manhood. That is not it. That's not where we come from. And I think the biggest thing is that we are adapting a culture that is not ours. We're not thieves. We don't do any of those things. So now everyone is adapting these culture that's really not ours. So when we have to go back to like looking at the first people, like where some people saying it's like, yo, some of this stuff is occurring with my mother, is because everything has been adapted and no one started to do the homework. Now, when they say, oh, at 18, oh, what I tell, like my child goes through little stuff, I said, listen, under 18 is my fault. Over 18 is yours. So it's time for us to understand that everything is not correct. You understand? But it's also where you got to do the homework. Touching back on that, when you have the girl that may have not been clean when she was younger, you understand? Now that she gets older, she's like, oh, I got these kind of sneakers. I got this kind of sneakers. Well, the only thing you change is not from having bubbles. It was more to the source that you needed to change. I'm going to say that accountability of us, we got to play a part of it, but we also have to go back to, like you said, the hardest part is saying that, yo, my mom and my dad didn't know the pieces. You're understanding back what Deanie said, like, oh, well, my mom, you know, are certain things. And I'm going to say with guys, that's the hardest thing for men to do, is have to point at their mothers. You understand? But it's not really, it's understanding that she was unknown. And sometimes, like with the point you said, Sheila, your son was able to identify, like, listen, mom, this is the way. You understand? Because now the student come to teach you student. And I would say our main thing is that we picked up a culture that's not ours. And if we the culture that is ours, We are understanding that, oh, the man, listen, the woman is the intuition. It's to tell the man, here, you did that 5 years ago. Now you're about to do it again. Be mindful. But these
Yep.
are all the things
Yep.
that they take away from us and say, oh, this is how it's supposed to be. You understand?
That's right.
Time is more than anything. And having those skills, a woman say, oh, well, I want a man to have this. What do you have for yourself? You know, and it's a lot with that saying too. You understand? It's like you want something to come to the table, whereas you can't bring it yourself. And that's not what it's about. It's about building. So it's
Man.
let's
I'm
see who
through.
got strength and weakness, and let's go further. You understand that I'm a woman now. I'm single, and I deal with a lot of people, but I do understand my work. So when I come, and I get the guys. Of course, I'm shaped a certain way. So when they come to me, I'm able to build off of that. What do you want to do with yourself? This is the life. Some guy came back and told me, he says, you know what, Jamal, I stopped selling drugs because you told me when I was 21 years old that I'm competing with the 31-year-old. And the only way that I can get myself together is making sure I go to school. I said, yeah. I said, because now y'all dealing with the same women. He says, well, damn, you know what? I don't want to be limited to women.
That's real shit, though.
It made him understand that
Real shit.
it's here. It's more to it. And sometimes, like I said, it's for us to both start nourishing each other. It's not about pointing the hands, but it is about being truthful. And on the woman's side, that's where I say the sisterhood have to come together, because there's no more pointing hands. It's pointing fingers. They want to sit up here and say we hate each other. Now we really need to each other love.
That's
And
right.
that's what it's the love that we're missing. But when someone says, oh, well, what do I need? What about your character? Character is not measured by no European. Character is measured by what you want for yourself. So part of doing the homework is going for yourself. And when you look at it, it's a lot of people character that is insufficient. And it has nothing to do with your title. It has nothing to do with your accomplishment. It has something to do with yourself. And people get, oh, well, my title, what's your character? Anyone can do a title. That's sitting up there just making sure that you understand that you know how to feed yourself. Money is not everything. Money is the tool. But we have brought this into play. And like I said, $1 billion is off our ignorance. So who
Yep.
fought it?
Ours.
Who fought
It's
it?
our ignorance, and that's why it gets that's kind of like what I was talking about, and learning and knowing who we are and actually doing the actual research of why certain people choose certain lifestyles and certain things what they do. People that have done the research come to know economically what produces for us as a people. If we are the number one consumers, why wouldn't we collectively come together and utilize each of our talents to take ourselves out of poverty?
Yep.
Yeah. Because you know why I say, what do you do? I said, I'm in insurance. They say, why you're in insurance? I say, well, because I understand how much the industry is. It's a $10 billion industry.
Yes,
But
it is.
like history, how did it start? History started from selling me. Insurance started from selling me. That's how it started. You understand the Lord and London's. Now let's go back to understanding where we got our disarray at, and let's go afterwards, because we are very educated, but it's nowhere where our kids or anyone could put their degrees at. So how far educated are we? And the big difference between power and influence. Listen, if we understand influence, we can take power. Power can't take influence. They've been taking our influence. And we, like I said, just like the clothing industry, every man looks like me. They'll never tell me that you're better than my man. My man is the one that right now, everyone looks like the black man. You go
Come on.
anywhere around the world, that's who they look like. I don't care how you feel. When you want to go into the gym, you're looking at the mask of a black man. And these are the things that we have to start loving each other for. Stop saying that one is better, because as we see, as we age, we know what is better. It's not about looks. It's about actually the physical. It's about the neurons. That's what really matters. It's about
That's
that
right.
skin.
You better go on, girl.
That is what it's about. You understand that hair that can protect you. You understand when a bug laying, it's not getting inside of it. We have, and
Listen, that's the frequency.
everything we have learned, it's like we got to understand, listen, it's whitewash. And when I sent my kid into a different community and she graduated, those mothers came back to me and they said, the black mothers was like, thank you. And I was like, why? They said, because you know what? Your daughter was the one that came down here and said, when my child was saying everything that was associated to black was ghetto, your daughter was the one that was sitting up there saying it was whitewashed. That gave my child to start loving herself again. So 100% that culture, this culture that we picked up is not ours.
It's not
And
ours.
the first thing that
Nope.
we have to identify, and if our parents didn't identify, guess what? We're the new generation now. It's up
Yep.
to us now. We can't
Because
keep
we could really take over this planet if we understood our power and we understood what manifestation is. We don't, a lot of people don't understand it yet. When you tap in and really start to really read and go back, all we have is a timeline of events to go by, guys. So when you go back to the older civilization, you got to understand what they were doing and why they were doing it. They were so good, they were so great at preserving our history, preserving the history of. It's why it's still in effect today. It's why you look places like China and Ethiopia and places like that are so much far more advanced, and it's for a reason.
Yep.
So yes, it's time for us to get back and understanding who we are and stop letting society betray who we are and stop getting involved with one thing, stop making everybody else rich than us. So therefore, if we have to stop pulling back with, I mean, like I said, I'm a woman. I wear the hair, I wear the nails, but guess what? Now I'm understanding that it's not even about the hair and the nails that I'm wearing. It's about understanding I'm making somebody else rich. I mean,
Yep.
I may wear it, but what I've also, with me wearing it, guess what I do? When I buy your hair, you're going to teach me a word or two because I know I'm sending your kid out to college. We just got to learn how to bargain and trade and understand how we got to make things better for us. But also pull back from making somebody rich or find out the way they can make you rich.
That part. You
That's
know
Is it
what?
it.
And
gonna
a
work,
lot
Brian,
of it,
like
I'm
that?
just going to plug in real quick the understanding part. A lot of people have knowledge, right? But knowledge is nothing if you don't understand the application of it. And that's where the street smarts come in, right? The discernment, the wisdom, all of those things play a role, right? All of that nuance plays a role into your person. And it's the reason why people, just for example, like K Michelle, you got the big butt, right? Because I guess you wanted to feel attractive to, like what you're saying, that's that Western civilization shit. So you end up getting it. Then you end up taking out the butt. Why? Because you didn't understand objectivity, right? You don't want to be objectified as a woman. I don't want to come in a room and the first thing you see is my body, right? Because now I'm an object. I don't want to be an object, right? And it's easy for men to put us all in that category. And then one of the brothers said earlier, he said, now everybody's getting a BBL, so we don't know who the wholesome woman is or who the unwholesome one, because they all look alike. The doctors look, everybody looks alike. It's not supposed to be like that. And it's a huge indicator of we're not comfortable within our skin, within our
Yeah.
hair that you just talked about, within our nails. Like, I love wearing wigs. I grew up in the fashion industry, right? And I had a lot of friends who
Ain't
were
nothing wrong with
designers.
it.
Yeah,
Right,
but
ain't
but
nothing wrong
but
with it.
I wear my real hair. I wear my
Right,
afro too all the time. Like I'll just
right,
switch up for out of no reason. But people do not do that. Like I know people who literally wear wigs like for the last 15 years straight. You
right.
won't catch them without wig and makeup. And that's crazy.
It's crazy.
So part of loving each other as women, right? We got to learn how to love ourselves from within and build good character and not make excuses saying stuff like, well, that's just who I am. I'm a Taurus or I'm a Aquarius or
Right.
no, like, we got to be in a constant state of recreating ourselves for the best. We want to be better tomorrow than we were yesterday, better today than we were yesterday. But if we don't have that mindset and the mindset is just, oh, we're good, I'm good, I'm in a great place, then we're not going to grow like that. So sis, I just appreciate, your commentary today was like fire. Like you are so dope. I don't know you, but girl, I want to know you because you.
Listen, it's nothing but sister love here. I can feel you too. And I am because of you. You
Oh,
understand?
bless your
I know
heart.
that.
Bless your
I know
heart.
that blood, okay? And I love to stand on the shoulders of my blood. It's a
Oh,
beautiful thing.
No, it's
And you sit
crazy though. This is
like
my
you
first.
30 years
This
old,
is my first
okay?
girlfriend. That was my first. She my first girlfriend.
get out of here.
For
How old did
real.
you say you was?
I'm 43.
We're 43.
Oh,
Yes.
I'm
okay. I
The,
thought you said 33.
now,
I'm like, no
now,
way.
no,
what
no. I'm
I'm going to
42.
also say by this and what I'm going to take from that is that at the end of the day, what we were shown was how to be friends first.
Yep.
We were friends. Like when our relationship was nourishing as kids, we were friends first. You understand? Yes, it was a relationship, but at the end of the day, because we friends first, still to this day, we're friends first.
Yep.
You understand? We can
And,
go and
and
talk
people
about
need
it.
to see that. Our young
Yep.
couples, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but that is so powerful what you just said. That needs to be, and a lot of learning, it happens through repetition, right? It's
Yes.
one conversation is not enough. It has to be, repetition. The conversations has to keep occurring so it can soak in. And our young people need to see that, because everybody think it's all about what it's not. Like the men think it's all about the body, and the
Exactly.
young girls think it's all about the money, and they're looking at the wrong things. Those things don't maintain sustainability at all. Like like you said, it's the friendship that
Yep.
is the substance of a family, or co-parenting. Like what happens when, and oh my God, you was killing it earlier. You was killing it earlier on that topic. So I can't even speak behind you on that. But good stuff that needs to be said again and again a few times until it
Yes.
starts to
Oh,
like
Yeah.
really
resonate
soak up
in
and
people's head.
expand.
Right.
So I
Right.
don't know what my friend is, but I done been on here hours and I just the benefit
Yeah.
time.
I
Oh
know
my
I'm ready to get off
God.
the
We,
air too.
we
I
all
want
did.
to, but I got
All made sure because it was all feeling it. And like I said, we're in between, but like Ho said, it's something that this is a conversation that should be going on at least once a week. We got to start crowding the
Let's
airlines
do
and
it.
to.
hitting those topics that people are going to hate. We're going to hate, like we got, but in order for us to get comfortable, we got to get uncomfortable first, okay? And I'm
Yep.
here for the uncomfortability because I'm ready to grow. And it's not about just myself being okay. It's about everyone being okay. How can I teach my skill to you? How can you teach your skill to me? And that's what it's about. That's how we're going to start eliminating jealousy. But our main thing right now is eliminating jealousy in our community. That's what I think is
Yes.
the, in
Mm.
order for us
100%.
love, we got to stop the jealousy and start telling people like, listen here, I'm not good at everything. It's okay. I may say a word incorrect. I may spell something incorrect. But guess what? If my sister knows how to do it, we got it.
You got
We
it.
Come
got
on
it.
now. Say
You're
that.
under
Say that.
My
knowing that
strengths
like
is your weaknesses and vice versa. Like that's
how
how I got. We
powerful
got.
we are. Hey,
Yep.
listen, they come to me and still to this day, like I said, his family. You go to his brothers and stuff, they can still come to me. We talk. Oh, this is
Yep.
what's going on. It's just understanding that friendship. And that's what girls are not taking the time to do, and is having a friend. That's
Yep.
what you got to do. It's not all about laying down. It's about understanding friendship as well. And like I said, once we start the jealousy, then we can find out a friend.
Yep.
you know, jealousy is just a part of not knowing yourself. So we can't say, oh, it's just a toxic. But overall, it's something we can overpower. We can get through.
Jamila, you know what I've seen? I've seen that like, and I hit on this earlier, like with the women, like they could be doing something wrong, but if you try to correct it, a lot of them will buck it and say, oh, you're hate. But if I tell you, if I give you 50 compliments, why you don't want to listen to the one corrective thing? You know what I'm
Listen,
saying?
Exactly.
I have them nowadays like, oh, well, why? When you was raising your kid, you didn't say things I said I did. But remember, you wasn't paying attention. You thought, oh, I knew what I was talking about. And now that your kid is coming to me, you're upset because of the simple fact
Yeah.
that now your kid is valuing what I'm saying. So now you're killing her. Oh, don't go to her. She thinks she's this. And I'm sitting up here like, yo,
Crazy.
I stayed around so I could be this person for your child. I made sure that when they came into my household, I gave them a certain foundation. So when they're starting to make those decisions out there, they could say, oh, I can remember how she loved. But guess what? That woman sit up here and tear it down. And then what happens? She comes back to be like, oh, now I'm healthy. Now I understand what you was.
Hmm.
But that's public,
Mm.
babe. That's in private. I need to be in public. I don't hurt them. But I sit
Come
up there and
on.
listen to their, and I'll go after, oh, well, one person said just recently, oh, well, it was somebody parent that said, don't hang with me when I was younger, but look at me now. I said, yeah, because when you were younger, you was unhealthy. So what was
Hmm.
wrong with that parent saying that?
Right.
Don't sit there and think because your title changed you. Tell
Hmm.
the whole truth that you wasn't healthy and you wasn't loving yourself.
So,
And if you're
right.
a real person, you wouldn't want nobody around when you wasn't loving yourself because that wasn't a beautiful thing.
Mm.
Wow.
Good stuff.
Don't
So, Hope,
want to
when
wear.
you, oh, sorry. I was gonna say we
I,
were talking about when you left, when we could do this podcast and talk again, because I
this,
think we've been on here for a lot of hours. I gotta
yeah,
go to a council
we
meeting.
whole
Yeah.
make it happen. Let's see how we can all be a part of this because what we
Yeah,
have to do
absolutely.
is
I
ownership
think
into stuff and put in 20% where we all starting to understand like it's no jealousy. We got to put shares into each other. And
Yeah.
then that's how we can understand that it's all of us. It's not, oh, well, I'm the one that own it. Or no, let's start putting shares
Nah.
into stuff.
I
Making
want I want everything to be done as a collective with us.
yeah.
That's how I move as a person, as a man, you know, throughout my life, man. But I feel like this was so powerful because it apparently our situation where we at was somebody else's situation, but it was the same situation somehow, you know, and so it led into a hardball conversation, and I think it had. I don't think we should stop here. So yeah, Dini, I'm definitely trying to figure out how we could bring this thing
No, but
together,
like,
man.
nah, bro, like seriously, like, nah,
Yeah.
we
Yeah,
got. I'm talking, we can't put this on the
Lisa,
back
me
burner.
too.
I see
Yeah.
so much potential in it. Like, it's substance.
yeah, man.
Let's go. Let's go take back our urban areas because
Yeah,
it's
man. I
designed.
think we have
Let's
something
go.
huge here, man. I think we got something real huge here. I think we gotta figure out, you know, obviously space and opportunity for all of us to be able to do it. We obviously gonna need a place where we could do it, or you know, even if we're doing it from where we're doing it at, I think it's still even the way we're doing it now. I think we could do it, but I want to see us better than we are here. You know what I'm saying? On a platform that is more presentable, to reach a larger audience of our people. You know.
I love that
Yes.
idea.
Yeah.
Let's do it. We'll stay in contact then.
You
All
know,
right,
that's
y'all.
exactly.
Thank y'all, man. Thank y'all for
Yeah.
coming on this live. I appreciate everybody. I love y'all, man.
And I love everybody too. Let
All right, man. Yo, man, I just want to do a little recap on this thing if I can, man, with y'all before I get. Um, I really enjoy having Deanie on here, man. Deanie, if you still on here, man, like, cause I felt like, you know, hardball conversations with us as men, they have to happen with us as men. I think like, and we gotta get out of our own way sometime, man. Like, and I think this is the start of that, man. And
Right.
I really appreciate having you on here. I really appreciate having the women on here, you know, talking and having hardball conversations that really need to happen. But this was very powerful for me as a man because I can see, you know, there's a potential in what we're doing. There's a huge potential what we're doing, and I think it's
Right.
going to bring other
Right.
men from our community to be a part of the conversation and coming from different angles, right? So
Exactly.
I think we gotta once we get our structure in order, we pick our topic. I think we gotta lean in right on that topic because sometimes we get so into it that we go, and it's important because some of these things have to come out, right?
Right.
And I think like, but for me reading and learning about the algorithm and how things work that actually benefit us, right? I think that we putting our structure in order, right, and really like bringing it together because we had some real powerful women on here today, right?
Yep.
And I'm sure there's other women
Yes.
that want to be a part of
Part
that's
of it,
going to want to be a part of this platform. It's going to be. I see this being something huge, right?
for sure.
And I think I want to be able to open it up in all areas, like even around relationships. I think we got to be very gear focused on that because that's part of the healing process
Right.
of being able to recognize some of the things. Like I'm tired of just belly aching about what I want as a man and feeling like I'm not reaching it. I want to
Right.
be able to build a platform and that allows us to see it, just like they build a platform to talk about the men who are whether they're good or not on that T app. I want to reverse that, man,
Right.
and create a platform, man, that
Right.
starts to produce what our black people actually look like
Change the
and what
narrative.
and
Right.
be the models of the men that we're supposed to be in our community for our
Right.
women to see and model their children behind and after, even the young boys. I see this being something big. Like this platform stems out to something that will gravitate to our youth and
Yep.
have them heavily involved, bro. So I think like we got a role, we got something to start at,
Man, we
man.
got
So I just
something,
want to
man.
thank you,
No,
man.
we
I
got
really
something, bro. Like
nah and
soon as we started it, and that's why I tuned in, bro. Like you always got shit with substance, and I'm the type of person like, I love stuff like that. So that's why I'm like, man, I'm ready to chime in. Like you feel me? And
yeah,
once I seen how we was vibing and the chemistry, I'm like, oh yeah, we got
yeah,
something
man.
powerful. We
Yeah,
got something
it's
that's real
huge, man.
powerful here. That's
And
huge.
then, shout out to everybody that stuck around and stayed. We had a nice flow and steady listening audience that was here with us. I'm sure
Right.
this is gonna get a lot of views across the net or whatever, man. But I think hopefully that we was able to reach somebody, you know what I mean, somebody's parent, some young girl out there. Maybe we was able to reach a mother, a father out here who hasn't been real active or he stepped his game up, man. Maybe this was something that he needed for a push, man. Because I feel
Right.
like we gave it raw, but we also try to offer some solution based to some of the stuff that we're doing. And I think that's what
Right.
people are actually looking for. I think that it's not so much that people don't want help. People don't know how to ask for
When
help,
I
bro.
asked for it.
You know what I mean? I think we
Right.
just gotta create a way that don't make it seem like they coming for their hand out, but coming for a hand up for 'em, man. And I
Right.
think if we could create that lane through our voices, man, and keep having these hardball conversations, I think that we gonna go far with this stuff, man. I think it's gonna land us somewhere very
Because it's
far.
so
I'm all
big,
about that,
bro.
man.
Because it's like different areas. Like for me, like my dad was my real dad was just calling me, and like my real dad, he been an addict, but I'm 42, about 35 years of my life, right? And
Mm-hmm.
the relationship that we got right now,
Mm-hmm.
man, this shit is just like I love it. It's
Yeah.
everything I always wanted. You know what
Yep.
I mean? For the
Yep.
past 4 or 5 years, you know what I mean? How me and my dad got, really back, and he could drop like me and him could talk on the phone again probably for like
Mm-hmm.
another 3 hours. He
Mm-hmm.
could give me so much information and so much knowledge right now. Like, you understand what I'm saying? And
Yep.
most kids, they might need to see that, like how you can mend that relationship with your
Mm-hmm.
father. How y'all still can he could be everything you always wanted him to be. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, and that's what my dad see now. He like, damn, like I could be the father my son always wanted to me.
Yes.
Just to be able to call my dad, get some information from him, check it, you clean, you good, you
Yep.
doing good. That's all I ever wanted. So it's possible. It's
Yeah.
possible to mend these bad relationships. It's possible to, you know what I'm saying, forgive. You know what I mean? Forgive people, because everybody wasn't perfect. Like, you know what I'm saying?
None
They
of us,
went through some
bro.
shit too. They went through some shit. Our parents, they went through some shit growing up. You know what I mean? Nobody was perfect. So we
And they
just
just
gotta
probably never
learn.
told their story or
Right,
don't feel comfortable
right,
telling their story.
right.
But we
So,
got
right,
also open up a space that at least allow them to feel comfortability, even if they don't want to tell their story. They still
right,
feel the love. They still feel like somebody got their back. Because a lot of it is a lot of these people, a lot of these women out here, they do feel like don't nobody got their back. They is
right,
taking on challenges that they have to do on their own because of the absence. But we also got to look at the other flip side of the coin too. Hold accountability where it need to be held at, even in ourselves as men, and encourage our men
number
to do
one.
better, man. And if we
Right,
start creating that type of narrative, we could get on a whole campaign. I remember when Rashawn, your brother, man, I remember we did the father take his son back to school thing.
right,
That was his initiative, man, that he
right,
put together, man, that started getting a lot of us together, man, and really pushing our kids going and being, and that's how you start seeing a lot of fathers really being
right,
active in the schools. That
right,
was part of the stuff that we was doing, and we just got away from ourselves, man. I think, and we allowed ourselves to be intercepted, man. I think that if we just stay with our pure selves, man, and work together for a common goal, we can do a lot as men. And I know and the men in our
right,
community is willing to do that. I know it's men in our community that's willing to do that alongside of us, bro. So I
right,
think we gotta appeal to those individuals, reach out to those individuals. But I think initially it starts with us, man, just kind of like building a foundation of what we want this to look like, right?
yep,
And incorporate those women who was a part of this today, to make sure that they are helping lay the foundation. Because like you said, man, even in chess, man, the queen, man, move and do everything she want on that motherfucking board. She do, but one thing she do is protect that motherfucking king, bro, at all
exactly,
costs. Because if the
exactly,
king died, the game is over.
right,
You feel what I'm
exactly,
saying? So
exactly,
when you learn that, man, and factor that and filter that into life, I think, it starts to churn in a different type of tune
right,
and how you identify and look and respect the woman,
woman,
the black
right,
woman at that, man. You
mm-hmm,
feel me? So
mm-hmm.
thank you, bro, for coming on, man. I
Oh
really
man,
appreciate
appreciate.
you.
Thanks for
Anything you want to
having me,
give
my
out to the
boy.
people, man, give it to them, man, before we get out of here, man.
Oh man, nothing, man. We got more to come, man. I appreciate y'all listening to me and my boy. More to come. Like, just tune in, man. I appreciate you having me today, bro. It was therapeutic to me, man. I needed that. You know what I mean? Get some things off my chest, some things I was going through. I just
Yes.
appreciate you having me, bro. For real.
And Bill, I love you, man. Thank you for
Love you
coming out.
more,
Thank you
bro.
to all of our followers that joined in on it. Thank you for everybody that shared it, man. Thank you for all the comments. Though we couldn't get to everybody's comment down there, we really appreciate it, and we're gonna get better with this thing as we go along, so that we can make sure everybody's voice is heard and everybody that wants to be a part of the conversation can be a part of the conversation.
But I'm gonna
All
get
right,
up with
yo.
you though. Outside of here though, one day this week, I just want me and you to really sit down and, you know what I'm saying, brainstorm some things. So I'm gonna hit you up and let you
Yes,
know
sir. I'm going to put
when we
my
go
number
free.
right in you. I'm ready to send my map as soon as we get off here, man.
Got you, my
I
boy. I
love
love
you,
you.
man, and thank you again, man. I
Love you
appreciate you,
more,
yo.
bro. Appreciate
All right,
you,
y'all.
my
Peace
boy.
out there, man, yo.